As we wrap up 2025, one thing's clear. Uncertainty isn't temporary. It's the world we live in now. Noble Gold Investments helps Americans protect what they've built with real gold and silver, holding value when everything else feels uncertain. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com and take your first step toward a safe future. This holiday season, when you open up a qualified account, you'll receive 10 1-ounce commemorative silver holiday coins. Visit Noble Gold today. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Many supplements on the market are hard to absorb or packed with fillers, but that's not the case with Quicksilver Scientific. Quicksilver Scientific is a U.S.-based company that manufactures advanced liposomal supplements, making nutrients easier for your body to absorb and put to work quickly. Made in Colorado in an NSF GMP certified facility and rigorously tested, this is science-first supplementation. After adding ultravitamin into my routine, recovery feels faster and I don't hit that midday crash anymore. Trusted worldwide for supplements that truly make a difference in performance, resilience, and well-being. Quicksilver Scientific makes advanced liposomal supplements so you can actually feel the difference. Energy, focus, calm, recovery. Get 10% off plus free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. That's tryqs.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello, kitties. This is your Julie, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio. This is your host, Mikey Bones, along with Kat Galore and Rob Humphrey, for the semifinals and finals of Murder Madness. What's going on, guys?
We're here, all of
Howdy.
us, including Rob.
I'm back, believe it or not, against my better judgment.
So, our people had to talk to Rob's people. There was a whole legal debacle after last week. Rob was unhappy. Did you just change your Zoom name to I Be Banging right in front of me? Like, how'd you even do that?
I figured out how to do it. I hope I can figure out how to change it back in case I have to meet with like my kid's school or something. But
hey, how you doing? I Be Banging. Hired. What's going on, guys? We are back. We got a lot of shit to get to this week. A lot on the line with the finals of Murder Madness being decided tonight. But we are joined, as we are with every final episode of Murder Madness, we are joined by a panel. And this year, our panel is, it didn't change much, but we got Greg, Darth Gregor, and Amber. Hello, guys.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
introduce her properly, Mikey. It's Slasher Radio Hall of Famer Amber.
Okay, you know what? You're right. Hold on. Slasher Radio Award winner. What would you call it, Rob? Actually, the Lord Humphrey.
It's the Lord Humphrey Lifetime Achievement Award, but it's akin to being inducted into the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame.
That's right, and that would be the one and only Amber.
There you go.
Welcome to the show, Amber. Thank you for joining me.
Lord.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you, Rob. And I'm looking forward to see who wins the Covenant Lord Humphrey's Cup tonight.
Wait, no.
Lord Humphrey Cup, the Vernal Lord Humphrey Cup. We're giving out.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
It's not the Lord Humphrey Cup.
It is.
We are also joined by EyeRChris.
Hell of a deal.
What's going on, Chris?
Good as always to be back here on the big stage here to watch the finals of the Lord Humphrey Cup and March Madness.
What the fuck? What?
Going ham for the most prestigious award in horror history.
That's right. I like it.
It's not the Lord Humphrey Cup.
And I'm, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, you're a Slashy Award winner, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, he's one.
I am.
Yeah.
I am a Slashy Award winner for The Omens.
There you go.
Yes.
That's right. Chris, Slashy Award winner. Look at this prestigious panel. Greg has a Slashy named after him.
He does.
That's about as prestigious as it gets.
Yeah, that's true. The what would it be? The honoree of the Greg Slashy.
Yeah, the Greg Slashy, yeah.
And we are also joined by, this is a little coveted because this person has never been on the show. He's been referenced a lot of shit on Twitter, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but we are joined by none other than Will.
Thrill me.
The Thrill. What's going on, Will?
Hello, I'm Will. Thank you for having me. My heart is kind of racing right now, but yeah, hello.
I don't know if Will has won a Slashy award.
I have.
You got a Slashy? What did we give you one for, Will?
I think it was for worst hot take, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Did he win the Greg?
Did he win the Greg?
Greg Award.
He won. Yeah, he won my award this year.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Will is a recipient of the Greg Award, the Greg Slashy. That is something. Look at that.
Legends among us.
That's right. An all-star panel. Will, of course, most recently, well, not most recently, but was recently at the bottom of the patron power rankings. He's moved up a little bit, but you know, his footing's precarious at all times.
I learned my lesson.
Greg, how do you feel having, because you obviously won the Greg Award at the Slashies. Now you have Will here who is following in your footsteps. How does that make you feel?
I mean, both honored and bothered that I didn't win it a second year. So it just means that I have to try harder to win it next year.
Mhm.
And that shouldn't be a problem when, you know, the horror movies I get are as bad as Talk to Me. So
how dare you? How dare you? I have a Talk to Me hand on my desk right now. I'm holding it right now.
Yeah, put it down. Put it down.
Yeah, but you're not using it properly, Mikey.
Put the hand down.
Listen, Talk to Me is one of the greatest horror movies I've ever seen.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I like that. Just no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I cannot believe you.
Talk to Me is as mid of a horror film as Benny Loves You.
You need to stop right there.
With what? How bad Benny Loves You? It's a 5 at best.
Greg, you are definitely on the road to being the worst.
On the road? What?
I mean, I thought I had the captain's hat on. I was leading, you know, where everybody else who gets like put in the bottom of Rob's power rankings has just joined the train of, as y'all like to say, awfulness, when I think it's awesomeness.
I do feel like, though, Greg, it's very hard to win the same Slashy 2 years in a row. It's just extremely difficult. Only Leah could pull that off.
Yeah.
Because she is the worst. The mashed potato thief is getting close, though. She's circling the Leo Award, maybe. Leah's got some competition for who's worse.
All right, we got a lot to get to this week. We're going to get to drink roll call in a second. We do have a voicemail. We're going to go through the Twitter polls from last week's rounds of Murder Madness, and then we're going to decide the winner of the semifinals and the finals. To put it nicely, finally get this fucking tournament over with. To be honest, this is one of the more. We're also going to go through a little bit of what the panel here, some of their good and bad thoughts on our decisions along the way.
No one's bringing good thoughts, trust me.
I was gonna say, I don't think we've ever had a panel come on and bring us good thoughts of decisions we made during Murder Madness.
No one ever shows up here like, good job, guys.
No,
it's against the spirit of the show at this point.
Unfortunately.
And after what you guys did last week, I don't blame them.
Cat Rob is going to jump in and be like, yeah, so what I think about the decision.
I know.
All right, drink roll call. Does anybody want to go first with what they're drinking tonight?
I have a pretty boring one. I have a clear American cherry limeade sparkling water.
Okay.
That's about it. Yeah.
I don't know. Has anyone ever had sparkling water on the show before for drink roll call?
No.
None of us are that fancy.
Yeah, look at Will being bougie. Okay, well.
Bougie.
I am drinking. I was at a new smoke shop recently, and they looked like they had a nice assortment of drinks. So I was like, oh, shit, okay. So I'm pacing back and forth in the freezer, in the little refrigerator aisle, you know, that like drink roll call makes you do. And I found something that is called Nemo's Nutcracker.
Oh, that's just great.
Yeah. Turns out the assortment of drinks were not as impressive as I thought they were. They had some nice juices, and then most of it was just like beer. So I have a blue colada Nemo's Nutcracker. And I figured cracking nuts was the best drink to have for the finale of Murder Madness.
Yeah, not bad.
That's probably true.
Not bad. I have I just have an old fashioned.
Again?
Mm-hmm. I didn't have a lot to make drinks with, and I didn't want to go to the store, and I always have the stuff for an old fashioned.
Greg, Amber, what are you guys sipping on?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, of course.
Cream, sugar? How you drink
Solid
coffee?
choice.
Coffee. I drink it black like my soul. So
Jesus Christ. That checks out. Yeah, I should have seen that was coming. That checks out. Amber, what about you? What are you drinking?
I'm just drinking a Starry Mist.
What's that?
It's the
knockoff Sprite.
It's from Pepsi.
Oh, it's not bad. I've had it before.
Yeah, I like it.
Chris, what about you, kind sir?
Had some beers earlier today, but now was inspired by Rob last week, so I'm just having water.
Yeah, Rob was having one. Yeah, that's true.
Good job. I hit my water goal today, guys, by the way. Keeping that streak going.
Good for you, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Although I was sick this week, and so I slept a lot more than normal. So there were a few days, or 2 or 3 days, where I did not get I didn't hit my goal, but I was sick, so I was asleep. So I'm not counting those.
So what we're hearing is you're going to be peeing halfway through this episode.
Absolutely. I might be peeing right now. You don't know.
I be pissing.
Listen for it splashing off the bucket.
I have a drink that I'm really excited to announce on an episode that Chris is here.
Okay.
Ooh.
I am finally having the Midsummer Night's Death.
What is
Yay!
that?
Rose is what it is.
I like that one, actually.
It's almost really good. I'm not a huge the biggest obstacle that I had for this one was that I don't like absinthe and the acquiring of it. Because I had to get a bottle of it, and it's like I don't know if I'm ever gonna drink all of this. But you know what? It's a special occasion. I had to buy champagne anyway, to make fancy Eclipse drinks throughout the week. And I went for it. And you know what? I have a feeling this is going to be in classic Chris drink fashion. The deeper I get into it, the better it's going to go down, I think.
I'd like to point out that you don't have to make Eclipse drinks all week. The Eclipse is like one a day.
Huh?
Man, just saying.
That never occurred to me.
Look, Ohio don't have much. All right, Rob. The world is aligning. The planets are aligning over them. Let them.
They're very excited about the Eclipse. I know.
They really are.
Indiana, much the same way as I talk to my family back there who are ecstatic about the Eclipse. And I just don't care.
The voicemail is taking quite a bit, sir, so we're going to just do this ghetto style.
Are you going to read it to us?
Although, I guess it's worth mentioning, while I stalled, we talked about it briefly. I think it was on the show. Maybe it was on, Easter egg stuff. But I found a text-to-speech Ghostface program to where now I can put the text messages into this talk-to-speech thing, and it'll say it, like it'll be Ghostface reading the text messages. So 917-397.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
So when you use text to speech on the show, it's fine. But when I needed to do it because I lost my voice, you didn't want to do the show.
That's because you copy and pasted gangbang 48 times.
Ghostface would say gangbang 48 times. But you were using it to be annoying with your text speech is the problem. I
was trying to save my voice.
Rob would do that.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like Rob.
I had an ailment.
You are an ailment.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
5455 if you want to send a voicemail, leave a voicemail for the show, send a text message. Ghostface will read your text message, and if you send a voicemail, we will air it on the show and discuss it like we are about to do now.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Kat. Oh, Mikey. Yeah, it's your favorite girl, Amber. I just got done listening to our French rankings. You shit on me twice, Mikey, over my choices? Really? You got some nerve there, big man. Let me tell you something. Michael Bartholomew Bones. That kind of sucked. But anyhow, I did enjoy it. Thank you very much. And also with my rankings on my top 10 rankings are franchises that mean more to me than the rest. How can you even like Paranormal Activity whenever you don't get the sex tape? You don't pull crap like that. That's just not how it flows. But I am disappointed in you, Mikey. You shit on me twice. We're supposed to be friends. This is why I adore Rob, because he's such a positive person. And Kat, she is nothing but pure joy. You, Mikey, you need to work on yourself. I'm telling you again, until you do your Tony Danza penance, your life's shit. Plain and simple. Thank you. Have a good night.
Oh, have a great night. Amber
always leaves us the sweetest messages.
I will say that she's a bit wrong about Kat always being a joy.
What?
She's very wrong.
I'm assuming that was sent before she heard last week's episode.
Wow.
But I do appreciate, Amber. You always see that I try to lift people up, and that's what I do. And you know what? Namaste. That's what I have to say.
Namaste.
Yeah. Well, I have that, and I have to say this too.
Yang bang, yang bang, yang bang.
God damn it.
I still have the app. I was so excited that I didn't get rid of it.
Oh, lucky us. Amber, I don't remember. I remember there were negativities about your list, but I don't remember what you guys got to admit. Paranormal Activity. I mean, even amongst us, Rob even admitted that Paranormal Activity should have been above some of those movies. Some of those franchises, right?
I would have put it above Insidious and The Conjuring.
There was a couple
you
of
wrote
it.
me into this because I said more than once I would put it dead last.
Yeah, no, Rob said it.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob said it. And that, but even for Rob to say that, I mean, Conjuring and Insidious, it's dead last. Guys, come on.
No, the
Dead
Conjuring
last.
franchise has at least one good film.
No.
I'm sorry, the Conjuring franchise has two good films. That's the first 1 and 2, and the Insidious has at least one good film. The Paranormal Activity franchise has 0 good films. They don't even have anything. They have one scary moment in their entire franchise, and that's the pool cleaner. And that doesn't even come close to the first time you see the lipstick-faced demon in Insidious.
Everything in Insidious is awful. Nothing scary. It's all jump scares, and that's all that those movies are. The Conjuring as well.
Yeah, except they may be recycled jump scares, Michael, but at least there's something other than nothing. There's nothing in the Paranormal Activity franchise. Nothing. It is arguably one of the most boring films I have ever seen. It is more boring than We're All Going to the World's Fair.
Paranormal Activity has 3 good movies.
No, it
Whoa.
3.
Slow down, Mikey.
3. I'll openly admit the ones after that, I'm not gonna vouch for.
Are you counting the porn parody?
It's not that fucking thing. No, I'm not counting that. God damn it.
I have it bookmarked if you want it, Mikey.
I believe you do. But it doesn't, I don't understand how movies that had, especially the first one, had absolutely nothing. It was able to capture tense moments you could put under a jump scare recycle. Paranormal Activity had every reason to use jump scares, and they didn't overload.
They didn't use any. They didn't do anything.
They didn't have any jump scares. The Conjuring universe is solely responsible for the jump scare wave horror that we got and still exists today because of that. I give that goes on the bottom.
No.
For not only the quality of movie before what it did to the genre as a whole, it goes at the bottom.
Oh, this from the guy who last week said he had to pick Saw over Let the Right One In because Saw changed the horror universe, and he can't blame Saw because all the other movies that came after it were bad. Shut up, Mikey. You got no legs to stand on. I'm still mad at you.
But at least Saw what it did and what it created. Saw did what it created well. Conjuring didn't. Conjuring just recycled. Jump scares have been used in this genre forever. They just made a compilation of them and called it a movie. Saw at least did what that genre it kickstarted. It did it well.
You know what? I'm with everybody else. Paranormal Activity dead last.
You son of a bitch. See, that shows your dignity, Mr. Humphrey. Dignity.
Dead last.
I'm not surprised you like the Paranormal Craptivity franchise, considering that you love, for some ungodly reason, the Blair Trash Project. I don't get it. Right. That movie is one of the, like, there's nothing good. Ooh, I lost the map. No, you didn't. Ooh, it's so scary. I'm going to stare at a wall, and that's spooky and scary. I walked out of that movie and was like, I want my money back. That shit is garbage. I was angry. The Devil Inside is better than that.
Other than The Exorcist, the Blair Witch, and even arguably, it is the most real movie the genre has ever gotten. And by real, I mean, like, it had impact outside of the movie.
You say that, Mikey, but did the makers of the Blair Witch Project get taken to jail like the Cannibal Holocaust director?
I was just going to bring up Cannibal Holocaust.
That's another one too. That's another one too. But the Cannibal, but as such, that wasn't at the scale of the Blair Witch Project, though.
No, it was better. It was leagues better.
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm saying the impact that it had outside of the film. There were none big, arguably Exorcist, probably so. But I'm saying Blair Witch is number 2, if not number 1. Cannibal Holocaust, yes, but it didn't, the world wasn't aware of it like it was a Blair Witch. You can't be argued.
Because most people like you are dumb and gullible. Like, you want to believe that this is real. It's not.
I didn't think it was real, but a lot of people did.
You look up gullible in the dictionary, it's going to say anybody who believed that this movie was real.
Dude, if it didn't do its job and perform on screen, people don't think that. There's a lot of movies that try that. Paranormal Activity tried that. You know, granted, a different time and era and the internet and all that shit. But still, nobody blinked at that. But Blair Witch was able to do it. And if the movie doesn't back it up, it's not going to perform. You're wrong about the Blair Witch, man. Blair Witch is a beloved film. You're just wrong on that one, dude. It is a great movie.
It's not. The acting's terrible. Camera work's terrible. It had a resurgence of the worst subgenre in horror. There's only been like 2 good found footage horror films. 2. Gone Jump Haunted Asylum and The House is October Built. Other than that, there are 0 good found footage horror films.
That's not true.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 3 because of Cannibal Holocaust. But if you're going to say Grave Encounters, just stop.
Grave Encounters is
I'm
good.
not going to say Grave Encounters. I was going to say Incantation.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Deadstream.
Deadstream, I like.
Deadstream was good, too.
Don't forget Found Footage 3D.
That is a very good movie. All right. Thank you for the voicemail, I think, Amber.
Also, that energy that Amber has at the beginning of that voicemail, she just seems like she's going to fight you. And I love that we played it a week that she's here to fight you.
Yeah. Timely. Good. Very timely. You know, life always works out so well for me. But, okay, so moving on. I do hope we get an influx of text messages, though, because that talk-to-speech thing is a lot of fun. I do like it a lot. And I had to do a ton of digging, so people better use it.
Many supplements on the market are hard to absorb or packed with fillers, but that's not the case with Quicksilver Scientific. Quicksilver Scientific is a U.S.-based company that manufactures advanced liposomal supplements, making nutrients easier for your body to absorb and put to work quickly. Made in Colorado in an NSF GMP certified facility and rigorously tested, this is science-first supplementation. After adding ultravitamin into my routine, recovery feels faster and I don't hit that midday crash anymore. Trusted worldwide for supplements that truly make a difference in performance, resilience, and well-being. Quicksilver Scientific makes advanced liposomal supplements so you can actually feel the difference. Energy, focus, calm, recovery. Get 10% off plus free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. That's tryqs.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
As we wrap up 2025, one thing's clear. Uncertainty isn't temporary. It's the world we live in now. Noble Gold Investments helps Americans protect what they've built with real gold and silver, holding value when everything else feels uncertain. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com and take your first step toward a safe future. This holiday season, when you open up a qualified account, you'll receive 10 1-ounce commemorative silver holiday coins. Visit Noble Gold today. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair. My favorite thing about the holidays? Decking out my whole house. It's not a competition, but if it was, well, I'd win the season with Wayfair. Outdoor inflatable Santa? Got it on Wayfair. Trees, lights, and ornaments? Wayfair. Hosting must-haves like dining sets, beds, sheets, and towels? Wayfair. For everything in your style delivered with fast and free shipping, visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app to win the season. But again, it's not a competition.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
The fuck we got to do next? Oh yeah, polls, right? Let's see what the lovely people of Twitter think about the outcomes of the matchups from the last 2 rounds that we had last week.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Okay, let me get to the bottom of this. Okay,
let's see if these people could get it right.
The first matchup was Alien versus Texas Chainsaw. This one was close. Texas Chainsaw won 58.1% to 41.9%. I think that's fair.
That feels a little close, but I was worried about that one. I'm kind of glad that Texas Chainsaw won.
But I picked Alien in that matchup, so
it actually just changed. I put these up a little late, so the voting is still occurring. This might not be final results, but it just changed to 56.3 to 43.8. So it got even closer.
I don't know. After last week, Mikey, I think Damien Maffei needs to throw you on the back of a hook of a door.
Yeah, I tagged Damien in it, a friend of the show, and Damien Maffei. I said I'm interested to see what his take on this one is. He said TCM is influential, accidental brilliance, but is not in the same realm as Alien. Anybody that says otherwise is trying real hard. And I replied to Damien and said that's some bad news. He said it's not bad news, it's culling.
Wow.
Yeah. Damien, a little feisty.
I voted for Alien, Mr. Maffei. Just remember that.
This is the first time you're on the good side of a Damien Maffei ass whooping this season.
I'd like to point out that this guy also is saying this, and he was in the TCM game. You guys fucked up. That's what I'm saying.
Wes, Matt, I'm going to DM you.
That's what you're always saying, Rob.
The next matchup was Halloween 1974 against The Exorcist. Halloween won 70.8% to 29.2%.
That's pretty lopsided.
But correct.
I mean, it's the correct choice, but it's
not.
Extremely lopsided.
No, it's not. Exorcist is the better movie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Exorcist is a better movie than Halloween.
Greg, I'd like to refer you to my top 100 list, where Halloween was number 2 and The Exorcist was number 3. So clearly.
And what was your number 1 again?
We're not talking about my number 1. We're talking about my number 2 and my number 3.
Right. Your list is incorrect because Exorcist has less flaws than Halloween.
I don't think so.
Oh, is it too late to change my vote? That might be true.
It is way too late. We are rounds too late at this point. The only thing I would like to agree with Greg on, probably for this whole fucking episode, is Rob's list is incorrect. It's a fraudulent list. You were supposed to do a whole new list this week. Did you do that, Rob?
I did not, but it is the official list. It's accepted.
Of where?
The official list of what?
Of everything. Everybody just now knows what the top 100 horror movies of all time are.
And where are my balls?
Okay, moving on. The next matchup was Candyman versus Bride of Chucky. This one hurt my soul a lot, but Candyman won 79.2% to 20.8%.
That's honestly closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, Candyman should have had more votes.
Well, we talked last. Listen, hear me out here. We talked last.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a little bit last week on how The Twitter votes are like a little more casual. Dude, Bride of Chucky's really good. Like if you're passing by and you remember how much fun Bride of Chucky is, I could see you hitting it, but it's Candyman all day. So the next matchup was Silence of the Lambs against Army of Darkness. Silence of the Lambs won 66.7% to 33.3.
See, I don't agree with that at all because honestly, I like Silence of the Lambs, but to me, it doesn't scream horror movie. It screams thriller, suspense. It just doesn't scream horror to me. I don't count it as a horror movie.
I mean, we've had the debate many times on here.
But everything's a horror movie.
Everything is a horror movie. Thank you, Chris.
Everything is not a horror movie.
Well,
it's about a dude who eats people's brains and about another dude who is a mass serial killer, just a mentally deranged, keeping people in a hole in their basement. And I don't see how it's not. Is it more sophisticated and it's less of a horror movie? Sure. But I don't see how you can take it out of it.
I think Seven is more of a horror movie than Silence of the Lambs.
More
That's
of a
just a
horror
fact.
movie? Sure. But a better movie? Not even.
Yes, it is.
Well-
Seven's also a better movie
it's
than
not.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a better horror movie.
No, it's a better flat out movie. Seven is a
No, it's
better
not.
movie.
I feel like I can just mute myself and let everybody handle this for me, apparently.
yeah, we've got this one, Rob.
To say Seven is better than Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter. How many more Seven movies were there?
I'm just saying that through a horror aspect of my opinion, Seven is more horror based than Silence of the Lamb. To me, Silence of the Lamb is a cross between
It's a cop drama.
cop thriller, psychological thriller, and suspense.
But so is Seven.
That was Zodiac.
No.
Also, they didn't need to make any more Seven films because it was perfect compared to
They nailed
Silence
it.
of the Lambs. They had to redo everything that they thought was wrong with it.
No, that is not why. It's because Silence of the Lambs is one of the most iconic horror films of all time. I don't know
No.
how this is a conversation.
It's not.
Also, true to form, while we were doing the votes, I just wanted on the record that in the Twitter poll, I did vote for Army of Darkness as promised.
Nice. I can also settle this real quick. I just consulted the official list, and
God.
7 is number 14. Silence of the Lambs is number 19. So 7 is a better movie, Mikey.
Oh, well, that settles it, apparently.
Thank you, Rob.
Chris, you still there?
Oh, I'm here.
I need you to get a hold of the Oompa Loompas and see if they can get their hands on that list and, just make it disappear for us for good. You think you could do that for me?
I don't know. You kind of requisitioned mine and burnt them out in the meth lab that is the Gabagooli Pasta Crime Division.
I had nothing to do with that. All right.
The
Bobby was last
Gabagooli
seen.
Pasta Crime Division.
Bobby was last seen running around with the Oompa Loompas. I have no control over him nor the Oompa Loompas. And he got them from you. So I don't know who I need to talk to here. The next matchup, though, was Cujo versus The Thing. Cujo had unfortunate demise here. Thing won this one 61.5 to 38.5. I'm not that mad at that.
The margin of victory should have been bigger for The Thing, but
I agree with Rob, but I understand.
If we're talking matchups, I mean, The Thing kills a whole bunch of dogs right off the bat. Cujo's dead in the first 5 minutes.
Is the Cujo dog? I don't know, man. Cujo is just, it's such a beautifully made film. Like, in a dirty, dingy, like uncomfortable way, but like horror beautiful. It's Cujo. It's such a masterful film.
It's definitely one of the best Stephen King films ever made.
I think it's the best Stephen King film ever.
no, so that would be Maximum Overdrive.
I think you misspoke. It was Creepshow.
It would be Gerald's Game.
It would be Storm of the Century, if anything.
What is wrong with you?
I say again, Maximum Overdrive.
Now, 3 Mile.
Maybe.
All right, you know what? We're gonna go with Will. What is the best Stephen King adaptation?
Remember, Will, only one of us can rank you.
Oh, we can all rank you.
I mean, I would give it to It, honestly. I like It over all of those guys, all of those movies.
You mean like It Chapter 2?
No.
Stop it.
A proper Skarsgård fan, I see.
The original. I prefer the original.
Oh, Chapter 1 then.
I mean,
Stop it.
I like chapter 1 too, but I like the original more.
I love what you did there, Chris.
All right, fair enough. A lot of Stephen King love all around. What's the next matchup? Okay, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Goddamn, going up against A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Nightmare on Elm Street won this 89.3% to 10.7. Good lord.
Jeez.
That's a wider divide than I thought it was going to be.
That's about what I would expect.
See, again, because this was like a Twitter poll and not a debate forum, I would have expected it to be a lot closer.
Yeah, I this is what it should be, but I didn't. This is not what I expected would happen because, you know, like especially the Freddy versus Jason debate that's lived on forever. You know, I figured there'd just be Jason fans that would vote for it just because it's Jason, especially going up against Freddy. But you know, they did the right thing.
I mean, I will have to say.
Speaking of Jason fans, that is true.
Going by the rule of better is greater than fun, Nightmare is the better movie than Part 6.
Then Part 6, you specified. Is there a part that you would have put above Nightmare?
Oh, Kat, we don't have enough time for the night to
Sorry.
get into this debate.
Sorry. I was curious because you specified.
I'm pretty sure one of the films is in a upcoming Twitter poll.
Oh, okay.
Freddy versus Jason.
There we go.
There it is. Let the right one in. Let the right one in won. And this I believe is the closest margin. 53.8% to 46.2, Rob.
That just tells me not enough people have seen Let the Right One In or something. Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
not going to lie. I kind of thought about voting for Freddy versus Jason just because I knew we were going to be talking about it and I wanted to irritate Rob. But Rob's already so irritated with me that it felt kind of pointless.
This is why no one likes you, Kat.
Oh, shit.
I like you, Kat.
Thank you, Amber.
That's why you have to sit in a room with all your cats and write your little books.
That's my
Damn.
job.
Good Lord, Robert. He's really pissed about last week. Good God.
He's mad.
I sent a message letting you know I was thinking about quitting the show. I don't know what part of you thought I wasn't mad.
Rob,
You
if you
say
think,
that
if you
from
think you're
time to
quitting the
time.
show over that, you didn't do it over Perfect Blue. You're not stopping now.
Perfect Blue was a whole different argument where I just told him I wasn't watching the movie.
Yeah, very annoying to deal with for like 4 days.
That was a fun 4 days for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was losing his mind.
I didn't know if you were really going to fucking watch it or not. You just sit there. I didn't watch it. Told you. The next matchup. Okay. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Trick or Treat 2007 going up against Saw. By the way, all the outcomes of these so far, all these polls were on the same side as what won in the tournament. I think it's worth saying.
Up until this point.
Until right now. Trick or Treat going up against Saw. Trick or Treat won 75% to 25%, guys. This is the side I was on. I just want the record to show.
I'm not surprised. I didn't think it was going to pass through the next round of our bracket. I'm not surprised that the masses voted incorrectly here.
Rob, does this make you regret your decision at all? Because you were on the fence for this one.
I was very much on the fence about this one. One of the main things that left me on the fence was that I haven't seen Trick or Treat in so long that I didn't remember it well enough. I'm not surprised that the vote went that way. People love Sam. And Trick or Treat has this, I don't know, there's like this like rabid following of people who just absolutely love it. So I'm not surprised that it went this way, but no, I don't regret the decision I made.
Okay, fair enough. I stand by it, and I want to know what you guys think as well. And I like Saw a lot. I stuck up for Saw more than I thought I would going across, because when you sit and we really think about the movie, it was that original Saw was such an iconic movie, but Trick or Treat is too. So what do you guys think?
Saw shouldn't have made it past the first round.
Damn. Who did go right? Well, goddamn. Who was in the first round, Greg? Do you
My
remember?
Bloody Valentine remake.
Oh. I will say, so I obviously was going to choose Saw in that matchup, but from the beginning, I have thought Saw was going to go out because I thought I was going to be the only one that chose it against My Bloody Valentine remake.
I have a hard time with this one, man, because I like both these movies a lot. Will, what about you? What do you think? Saw or Trick or Treat? Which side do you want?
When I voted on Twitter, it was pretty close for me. Like Saw does have the more iconic ending, in my opinion, and I really do like the guy in the white T-shirt. I can't remember his name. He made me laugh a lot, even though he wasn't the best actor in the movie. He did make me laugh a lot. But since I'm like a really big fan of Autumn and Halloween and stuff like that, and like Trick or Treat is just like such a well put together, conglomerations of connected stories, if that makes sense. I give it to Trick or Treat. Well, I would give it to Trick or Treat, and I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I get it to you. Chris, what about you? Which one which way you going?
I mean, thankfully for this one, I didn't have to consult the Post-it note because the winner was obviously the better and more fun movie, which was Trick or Treat.
Ow.
It was just one of the more perfect compilation anthology films.
Amber, what are you chiming in on this one?
I prefer Trick or Treat over Saw because to me, Saw, even though it is a really good movie, it really is the original Saw is. It's just kind of like once you've watched it, you're kind of done. Where this has an anthology that kind of just meshes well together. And I'm not a big anthology person.
Yeah.
But Trick or Treat.
Okay. This was like, I mean, obviously I wanted Cujo to win over the Thing, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I know that's a me bias to loving Cujo thing. But this up until this point was the toughest. Like Trick or Treat against Saw is really difficult. And I'm more surprised at the margin, honestly. Like I think we were talking about a little bit, Kat, where people, when you're such a big franchise, the later movies can taint your opinion on all of them. And Trick or Treat had one, and they did it really well.
Trick or Treat had one really solid movie that you think about when you think about Trick or Treat. But I think if you're just scrolling, you're going to think about Saw as a franchise. And even going into like the mid-range Saw movies, like those middle sequels, it had such a reputation of being nothing more than torture porn. Like, and that's what people remember for a lot of the time.
Yeah, because it is just cheap torture porn.
Stop that.
All right, another matchup that went differently on Twitter, Mr. Humphrey. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 going up against Halloween 1978. Halloween won this 60.5% to 39.5%.
I've been telling you dumbasses this for 2 fucking years and nobody will listen to me. Now look.
Will.
Yes.
Thrill me.
We had quite a few long debates on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel vindicated?
I'm happy. I think the listeners made the correct choice, and I kind of disputed it in the comment section on the in the Patreon, like
yeah, you did,
going over how we debated the night before about like everything. Like we went over every single category, and you gave like Halloween every single category, but you still gave it the W, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah.
What Will's talking about is I gave it the categories they were bringing up in favor of Halloween, but I gave the categories I was talking about. I gave it a TCM. It's really hard, and I'm kind of the thing that I'm not mad that Halloween won. Like I'm not like I'm not surprised either. But the margin is kind of wild. Like even though it's only 20% really. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it should have been closer, at least.
I feel like there's clearly one of those is a better movie than the other, and you two just chose wrong. That's it's in proof right there in black and white in front of your eyes, Mike. Do better.
Next matchup was Candyman against Silence of the Lambs. Candyman won 65.2% to 34.8%.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Rob, speaking of proof in black and white, The Thing went up against Nightmare on Elm Street. The margin of victory for A Nightmare on Elm Street was 73.9 to 26.1.
Well, that is because the people who vote in Twitter polls are dumbasses.
What about the Halloween Texas Chainsaw
Different people, I'm sure. Completely different group of people.
Greg, where's sit you on that? What do you say about that one, man?
What, The Thing versus Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, I know you're gonna.
Dude.
I know you're going to Thing, but
no. Since you asked, yeah, no, Rob's right on this. The Thing is a better movie than A Nightmare on Elm Street. I was shocked. Well, I wasn't shocked because I know you and Kat both love A Nightmare on Elm Street. But I think just looking.
Not only do they love A Nightmare on Elm Street, but Kat has a burning hatred for John Carpenter.
You stop that.
And I've said this, and I wholeheartedly believe this. The Thing is a damn near perfect movie. It's a damn near perfect horror film. There's one flaw in The Thing. There's one, and it's a super minor flaw that I have with The Thing that doesn't make it the perfect horror movie, and that's with all the scientists that are there and everybody who's at the research station. Nobody speaks Swedish when the next closest research station is the Swedes. You would think somebody speaks Swedish.
Yeah, that is the only
flaw. That is the only flaw in The Thing.
What about it being a little bit boring?
Stop that.
Because it's true.
Stop it. This is why it's hard to agree with you sometimes.
I stand by it.
I mean, it's also the same guy who thinks Cabin in the Woods is the worst movie ever made.
It's hard to agree with him sometimes.
See, Kat? See what you did?
I did not say the worst.
No, you said it's a 2.9.
Yes, yeah, a generous 2.9. I stand by that. Yeah.
And you also like the Blair Witch Project, so good job, Kat, agreeing with that.
Shout out to my boy Eduardo Sanchez. Next matchup is Let the Right One In versus Saw, Rob. And are you feeling better over this one yet, or
no?
Well, Saw won 78.6% to 21.4.
Again, you can't trust people on Twitter.
You're the most flip-flopping motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
There is no way Saw is a better movie than Let the Right One In. It's just impossible. It's just impossible. That world does not exist.
We're living in it.
78.6% of people agree with that. That's a big margin.
The people have spoken, Rob.
Not of all people who follow Mikey.
People who follow the show. I did it from the show page. It had nothing to do with me.
And you chose wrong. I'm kidding.
All right, so that's all the polls from this week. Just a reminder that the videos do go up on YouTube as well. I was a little late on round 2, but round 2 is out now. Round 3 is also out now, and round 4 is also out right now. So you can go watch those if you want a little bit of visual aid on it. Yeah, so that's it for the polls. This is a dangerous thing I'm about to do here. But I'm going to open the floor so we can get a couple of the matchups that stood out to you guys. Anything that, yeah, I know. Everybody duck and cover. Anything that you like, the one that you really would disagree with or agree with. I know that's not going to happen, but are there anything that stood out to you guys the most?
I guess I can go first. Kat, can you read your post-it note for me again?
Better is greater than fun.
Horror Court.
Oh my God, no.
So,
go ahead, Chris.
You established in round 1 in the first quadrant that rule.
Yeah.
And yet, all 3 of you cowards constantly have to use the phrase, can I throw it the pity vote? Even with the established rule of not what's the more fun movie, not who would win in a fight, just what's the better film. All 3 of you constantly have to take the coward's way out. Can I give the pity vote, or can I not do the tiebreaker?
I've done a lot of tiebreakers. Those I'm getting better at. A pity vote is okay sometimes because the margins matter, right? Like there's something to be said for margins.
I agree.
Some things should be a clean sweep. And some things it's okay to have someone in the middle, I think.
I agree. I feel like, because when we say a pity vote, we're acknowledging, okay, that, this is what it is, but I feel this movie is good enough to where it shouldn't get swept. I think that's fair, Chris. Come on.
Right. Only a handful of things really get swept out usually, like Jeremy Melton, and whatever the hell Leprechaun lost to, I'm sure swept it out. But
Leprechaun had a very unfortunate matchup. Okay, I just want that to be on.
Nah, when it comes to Murder Madness, Kitty goes out the window, Mercy's gone, put the bodies on the table, slabs in the morgue. You dig deep into your balls, and sometimes you just got to say, sometimes, much as I love this film, it's fucking taking one right to the face.
But to the balls.
And where are my balls?
Duly noted for next year.
But Chris, do you at least give us any points at all? Because we do acknowledge this is a pity vote, and we've even I've had Rob confirm a pity vote because just so we're always on record. Do we get any points for that?
Considering you threw a pity vote against Event Horizon for fucking Urban Legend.
Oh,
No.
That was not a pity vote. That was real. I meant that. That was not a pity vote. And again, I was on record. I went for Urban Legend.
Nope. Again, better is greater than fun.
Better is greater than fun.
Urban Legend's better.
Yeah, Urban Legend's better than Event Horizon. It's a state.
I would also like to point to the poll where Urban Legend won 52.4% to 47.6.
God damn it.
Over
you can't
Event
trust
Horizon.
the listener.
I'm just saying, like it's
I'm
not
flip-flopping now.
How many pussy and bios were in that thread?
Look, I agree that Event Horizon is a great film, but this poll, if nothing else, forget about who won it, whatever. At least it shows it's not as clear cut of a decision as you guys are trying to make it out to be. Urban Legend's really good.
It sounds like somebody who wants both sides.
No, I'm on Urban Legend. Urban Legend was not a pity vote. I stand by that. Urban Legend got my official vote.
Nobody loves Urban Legend more than I do.
You hate that fucking movie, and I don't know why. I don't know what it did to you for you to hate it that much and not admit it.
I think Event Horizon's the clear winner there.
All right. Will, what about you? Was there... Are you going to yell at us for Halloween and Texas Chainsaw again?
Oh, was the question, and do I have any disputes about what happened in the past, Paul?
Or anything nice.
I mean...
Yeah, and please try to keep it refrained to Murder Madness. Well, we don't want to be here all night.
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, like me and Mikey talked before, like, I don't blame y'all for, like, what the wheel did to y'all.
Thank you, Will.
But I do think that Killer Clowns should have beaten Child's Play. And that's pretty much my own dispute.
I don't know.
I'm
that one
still haunted
does
about that one.
keep me up a little bit. I know it helps cement the better is greater than fun rule, but I don't feel good about that one.
I feel fine about it. It's good.
But I don't see how it is better, though. Like, how Child's Play is better, though.
Have you seen both the movies?
I have seen both the movies. I mean, if we break it down, like from a rewatchable standpoint, Killer Clowns beats it, in my opinion.
Right, because it's more fun, but better is greater than fun.
But I mean,
I hate that goddamn rule.
I think better in that case might just have been scarier, which is why I don't feel great about it. Because I'm not sure Child's Play is better. I just think of it first. And I think what was going through my head at the time was better is greater than fun. But what I meant was scary. I think that might have been the deal breaker. But what?
You're telling me that in your drunken state, you scrawled a Post-it note that says better is greater than fun. And the entire time the rule should have been scary is better than fun?
No. I think the rule is better is greater than fun. I think when I was trying to apply the rule to the Killer Clowns versus Child's Play matchup, I was thinking that Child's Play was better, but I think what it is scarier. Like, I treat it like a more serious slasher film because it is a little bit scarier, but I don't know if that makes it better. And I think that's why I have regrets about that matchup.
I think the first Child's Play movie gets slept on. I think it's a really good movie.
It's good. Is it Killer Clowns good? That's rough. I don't feel good about that one, guys.
Yeah, I think Killer Clowns arguably, it wins almost like every category in my head, like music, story, in my opinion. I'd consider fun into a movie being good. Special effects, I do think Killer Clowns has better special effects than Child's Play by far.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'll bow to Chris here a little bit. I did bitch out on that matchup. I did not give an official spot on that. And honestly, I was just glad I didn't have to decide. And I just kicked the thought out of my brain. I still don't know because I didn't put any more thought into it. Dude, Killer Clowns is really good.
Yeah. Speaking of the music in the movies, though, Will, Killer Clowns has great music. You're right. But it also just has sort of more noticeable music because I own both scores on vinyl, and Child's Play has some really amazing music in it also.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's a fair point.
I also just want to throw this out there because it made it sound like I regret the decision. I am still not sure I would change my mind, but it is, in a weird way, it's the matchup that I've thought about the most in this bracket.
It's hard.
Because it was a really, really
to the
tough
one
call.
I've thought about the most.
It's the one I've thought about most without Rob harassing me about it.
That's the thing. I don't think about the way I voted in matchups because I know I voted flawlessly throughout this entire thing. It's what you guys did that keeps me up at night.
Bullshit. Okay. Will, that's fair. That is a very fair one to. I still don't know. I still don't know what happened. I was there. I did it. We all did it. I still don't know what the fuck happened there. I was in awe that those two movies went up against each other, and the thought never crossed my mind that it would ever happen until it happened.
Fuck that wheel. Fuck the wheel.
Yes.
Tune in pay-per-view, me against the wheel.
Yeah, that was.
I thought you were going to say tune in on pay-per-view when I fuck that wheel.
That wheel called it shot and pointed at Will like it was the WrestleMania sign.
Yeah. Greg, what about you? Anything?
Oh, God, here we go.
Well, no, hold on. I'm gonna let Amber go first because she only has one. I got a few that I can run through quite quickly. So go ahead.
Okay.
Baby.
Honestly, the biggest disappointment to me was when Poltergeist lost against the original My Bloody Valentine. Nobody likes Poltergeist like I do. I just have a bit of nostalgia with it. It's just, it was the first movie I ever got to take my grandmother to go watch. And she, once she started getting sicker, that was the only movie she ever really remembered before her passing. And it just holds a special place in my heart. Don't get me wrong. I love My Bloody Valentine, the original. I do. But I just feel like Poltergeist gets shit on too much. You've got Jo Beth Williams. You've got Craig T. Nelson. Those kids were amazing in that movie. And for the way that they did it, I think it still holds up well.
I like Poltergeist a lot. It's just, no, I like Poltergeist a lot, but I like My Bloody Valentine. I don't know. I don't have a reason for the connection, but I've always just loved that movie. So it's kind of the same thing for me on that one, Amber, because it does do that. If you have a connection to a movie, it's gonna, it brings out stuff that it doesn't maybe bring out to, people without that are watching it.
Yeah.
You got to admit though, that's a tough matchup. Those are two really solid movies.
It is very two solid 80 movies. I really do have to admit that. But again, it was the only beef that I really had was that Poltergeist couldn't move forward. But I am going to give you guys a warning.
Uh-oh.
Greg has a notebook.
A notebook?
I also just want to throw this out about Poltergeist because I feel like that wasn't a tough call for me. But we talked about this with Sleepaway Camp. I feel like when we do these brackets, it gives a disproportionate view of how I feel about some of these movies. I really like Poltergeist. It just is hard to compare to the other movies that made the bracket, which also came up with Sleepaway Camp.
I do. I agree with you 100% on that. It's just my particular favorite and one of my favorites and one of my particular nostalgic movies.
Yeah, the funny thing about Poltergeist for me, and I don't know exactly where the movie loses me, but it doesn't work for me for some reason. And I love all the family stuff. Like, I think that movie does an excellent job of creating a family atmosphere there that feels like a real family.
Yeah.
And I love all that stuff, but somewhere along the way, that movie always tends to lose me. And it's just not a movie I've ever really been in love with.
And that's respectful and understandable, Rob.
I don't know what it is. Like, I can't point to anything in Poltergeist and go, this is why I don't like it, or this is what they did wrong, or this is what they're do bad. It's just, for some reason, when I watch it, I don't connect with it.
And again, My Bloody Valentine's one of those movies for me. So, like, if it does that, it's going to do it all day for you.
Yeah.
But Poltergeist, that was a tough matchup. And a fair matchup, too, was the problem. When movies are very equal in a lot of ways, it makes it even harder. That's a fair one. All right, Greg, let's scratch the surface.
Sure. So for starters, right off the bat, out of this entire thing, there was only...
Well, I figured you'd want to start with my congratulations on voting perfectly throughout the entire way.
Absolutely not, because you didn't.
Come on, Greg. We both know. We both know what the truth is. Thank you.
There was only two difficult decisions for me in this entire bracket. One was A Nightmare on Elm Street and Return of the Living Dead. That was a tough one. And the other tough one was Trick or Treat and Valentine, because Jeremy Melton bodies all. However, even I couldn't bring myself to vote for Valentine over Trick or Treat. So Jeremy Melton got a bad draw, but in the 2000s quadrant, there were only two movies that I would have voted for over Valentine. One was Trick or Treat, and the other was Dawn of the Dead. And boy, did Dawn of the Dead losing in the first round really piss me off. That annoyed me the most out of everything.
Yeah,
I think I can explain that to you, though, Greg. Dawn of the Dead isn't very good.
Dawn of the Dead remake is better than the original.
Well, that's just crazy talk. It's not better than the original.
It absolutely is. The Dawn of the Dead original is slow and boring and parts that make no sense. The zombies don't look good. Like, there's just too many issues with it for me. The biker gang is dumb. Oh, I'm gonna put my arm in a cuff when there's zombies around. No, you dumb fuck. Like, stop it. But going back to the top of the list, you guys got two wrong in the 70s quadrant.
That would be the upper left-hand
left quadrant.
Yeah.
You guys picked Alien over Phantasm. That was wrong. And you picked Carrie over Bay of Blood.
Oh, Greg, those are both easy work, man.
No, well, I will say that.
What did we pick over Bay of Blood?
Carrie.
Oh.
And that was closer for me than I would like to admit.
I almost didn't pick Carrie over Bay of Blood. I stand by it. But
I don't know. Honestly, if I had to vote over again, I might pick Bay of Blood over Carrie in that one. You're right.
And then in the lower left quadrant for the 90s, you picked Event Horizon over Urban Legend. You picked Silence of the Lambs over The Faculty. And you picked The Blair Trash Project over House on Haunted Hill. Especially picking the Blair Witch over House on Haunted Hill.
But House on Haunted Hill isn't any good.
Yes, it is. House on Haunted Hill remake, again, better than the original.
No.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Yes.
No.
He's right about that.
Not that.
The House on Haunted Hill remake is better than the original. I'm sorry, but it is.
No.
Yeah, and I stand by that.
You can stand by that, and I'm going to kick the shit out of your knees.
I just have to put my hand on your forehead, and you won't reach my knees. Kick him in the dick.
Thank you.
Where'd that come from?
Then you get to the upper right quadrant where you guys got three wrong. Killer Clowns from Outer Space should have beaten Child's Play.
That's a fair.
Poltergeist should have beaten My Bloody Valentine, because My Bloody Valentine, the original, is not really that good of a film.
A great movie.
And Sleepaway Camp should have beaten Evil Dead, because the original Evil Dead is the worst in that franchise.
Greg. Darth Gregory. How could you dare? Sleepaway Camp is good, but it's not that caliber, man.
It's better than Evil Dead, especially the original Evil Dead. Now, if it was Evil Dead 2, that might have been a little tougher for me, but I still would have picked Sleepaway Camp.
Well, Evil Dead 2, first of all, is the best in that franchise.
It's not. Army of Darkness is.
No, that's the second best.
No,
And-
Army
and-
of Darkness is the best in that franchise, hands down. Then you get to the lower.
That's the problem. Your French ranking's all messed up.
Okay. No, Evil Dead 2 is way too goofy for its own good. It's more of a comedy than a horror film. Then you get to the lower right quadrant, and you guys got 3 wrong. You picked Freddy vs. Jason over Dawn of the Dead. You picked Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon over The Strangers. And you picked American Psycho over The Ring.
No, all 3 of those are right.
No. He's
well,
got
hang
something in
on.
the middle there. Hang on. That he's got
No,
a point.
at the end, I think was correct.
No, the stranger should have moved on. And Will is over there grinding his teeth right now. I know he loves Leslie Vernon, but The Strangers is great.
You want to know why The Strangers is better than Behind the Mask? The masks in The Strangers are better than the mask in Behind the Mask.
I will give you that. I will give you that much.
That's the selling factor.
Yeah.
But the movie surrounding those masks is terrible.
But The Strangers was creepier. The Strangers had way more of a this could happen kind of vibe. The Strangers is something that, like, if you just objectively look, better made. Just everything about The Strangers is better than Behind the Mask.
I totally disagree with you on that.
I know you do, but that's okay. And then how you picked Alien over Suspiria floors me.
Alien goes over Suspiria. That
was one of the toughest matchups of the entire thing for me to decide. That really
and
was
you
hard.
chose wrong.
Well, we can talk about wrong choices, Kat. You really want to get into that right now?
No, I guess I just want Damien Faye to fight me. I don't know why I'm standing on this hill, but I was really sad to see Suspiria go.
Yeah, I was going to say it's one of the more unfortunate choices, but that one was easy.
Then you pick Silence of the Lambs over Scream.
That was wrong. They should both be ashamed of themselves.
Better is greater than fun. And Silence
Scream
of the
is
Lambs
better.
is a better movie.
It 100% is. Then you picked the dumbass dog film over Child's Play.
Whoa! Dumbass dog film. Cujo?
Yeah, Man's Best Friend is better than Cujo.
Tell him, Greg.
What? So D. Wallace. You hate D. Wallace?
No, but Brad Dourif over D. Wallace.
No, you're wrong on that one, Greg.
And then you picked Freddy vs. Jason over The Devil's Rejects.
That
Les
was
is
wrong
correct.
as well.
No, it's not.
Well,
Freddy vs. Jason was a Pepsi commercial of a horror movie. Well, let's be honest. I love Freddy vs. Jason, but if we're just looking at what was done better, Devil's Rejects was original. At least it was an original story that they had.
You always say that, but it wasn't original. People always say it's so original, so original. He redid Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, it can't be the same.
Well, Friday the 13th isn't exactly original either, especially since that's the how manyth movie in the franchise?
But they weren't trying to be original.
Well, neither was Devil's Rejects. They were just doing what they wanted to do.
But you can't
at
say
least
it's original. That's my point.
What they did was an original. There are very few original concepts anymore. It's not an original concept, but what they did there, they put a good twist on it, man. It was very gringy, dirty, and in a real way. Rob Zombie did great. That was his greatest film.
No, his greatest film is The Munsters. We've talked about this.
No, his best film is Lords of Salem.
That neither one of those statements are true.
Halloween.
Oh,
Will?
Yes.
I will boot you from this call.
he can't do it, Will. Don't be scared. Well, 2 weeks ago he could have. He can't do it now.
Mikey, I want to host the call from now on.
No. You muted. You were in charge one time and you muted me. I haven't muted you yet.
You cut it down so it sounded like I unmuted you right away, too, which is funny because it took me a long time to figure out how to unmute you.
Yeah, dead air. Not very good.
Since we're all doing hot takes anyway, I'm going to hop in here and just say that Rob Zombie's best film was House of a Thousand Corpses. It's the only one with Fish Boy.
You're all wrong. It's 31.
Oh, Chris.
I should have said 31 just to be funny, huh?
31's awful.
31's a good film, though.
No, there you go. Point in case, Chris.
It's better than Devil's Rejects.
No, it's not. What?
That one I can back up.
Okay, I'm getting dizzy. All right. Is that it for the discrepancies?
Yes, because we already covered rounds 3 and 4.
I want to ask real quick, though, you guys, because one of the things that we had trouble with once we decided on doing the decades format was which 16 movies to pick from each decade. We were trying to pick movies that were representative of a decade sort of as a whole. And I don't know how you guys felt like we did on that.
Yeah, but where would you guys, the most important question, where would you guys, no, what would you have kicked out of the 90s to put Jack Frost in there? Because that's...
Oh, okay.
That's the
Yeah,
real
hold on.
question.
Hold on.
We left
Nothing.
Jack Frost out because we knew it was too powerful.
We did, but
That's not the truth.
I regret it.
We left Jack Frost out because these two would blindly vote for Jack Frost over anything and everything.
Nothing blind
too
about
powerful.
it, Mikey.
And it's not a horror movie. It's barely a horror movie.
It's the same thing that kept Halloween 3 Season of the Witch out.
Yeah.
That one was just over my dead body.
I mean, I can name 3 films from your 90s original that you could have taken out for Jack Frost.
Which ones?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Absolutely.
fair.
That was the one I wanted to boot.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg.
And obviously the Blair Trash Project. Easily those 3.
You realize you just picked 2 of the most iconic films ever in the genre, whether you like it or not. It's the truth. How?
Which 2?
Silence of the Lambs and Blair Witch Project.
So a non-horror film in Silence of the Lambs and
It's a horror film.
that atrocity, quote unquote, film of the Blair Trash Project, no, gone. Should not be in there.
We could have took both those films out. We could have had Jack Frost and the Ginger Dead Man. Just saying.
Oh, Christ. Both
That's
of
an
those
idea.
movies made over $250 million.
So what?
And one of them cost a couple thousand to make. Come on, man.
Now, how much money a horror film makes should have no bearing on how good it is. The Blair Witch Project is not a good film.
It's an
There's
excellent
nothing
film.
good about it. The acting was terrible. The direction was terrible. The camera work was terrible. The
acting was
was
great.
terrible. The story was terrible. The acting was atrocious. Oh my God.
Most of the acting in that film wasn't even acting. It was real reactions.
no,
It's
no.
impossible for it to be bad.
Yeah, it's bad because it's not real. Like,
but a lot of it was real.
They pretended to be scared of a witch in the woods. Come on. Like, first of all, any of those films should have been taken out. Where's Uncle Sam? Why is Uncle Sam not in your 90s tournament?
Well, because it's Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam is a great slasher. Hell, Uncle Sam is better than Scream. I said it.
Okay, I don't know about that, but it was definitely better than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Well, to be fair, I wanted to not put in I Know What You Did Last Summer and put in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
No, that would have been
somehow didn't happen.
Yeah, that would have been worse. How are you as a Rastafarian going to waste a joint like that?
That movie is amazing. I'm sorry.
I stand by that. You know what? Lighten it right now. I stand by that. That was my biggest complaint of that movie.
That's an instant X.
But it makes up for it with the greatest reveal in the history of films.
Stop that.
But what would you guys? So I guess what I was interested more in is things like that, though. What would you put in that we didn't put in?
The Craft.
All right, but then now you've got to tell me
We're
what you're going to
talking
take out.
I Know What You Did Last Summer for The Craft.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
I could see that actually.
I want everybody to know. I Know What You Did Last Summer is only in there because of Rob.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
I tried to take it out. I tried to take it out for Jack Frost. I tried to take it out for The Faculty, and I don't even remember what we ended up taking out so that The Faculty could be in there instead. I thought The Craft was better than I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and I don't remember what the other one was, but there was like one other random 90s thing in here that I voted for over I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That wasn't because I don't even like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And it's better than I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
No, it's not.
Me personally, I would switch part 2 for part 6 from the Friday franchise, honestly, because I go back and forth between those films. Like it like flip flops between my number 1 and my number 2 film, and I think part 2 is a much more well made movie. Is that the right phrase? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that and that was the other thing we looked at too with the franchises. We were trying not to overload it with, we didn't want the 80s to have, 5 Nightmare movies in it because that's not interesting.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we kind of had to pick one. And I don't remember how we landed on part 6 other than the fact that everyone seems to love it.
I think that was what was, except for with every franchise except for Evil Dead, I think we ended up with the movie that was going to have the best chance, like with all of us. And I think the most of us would have voted part 6 through over the most things. I kind of feel like Evil Dead got shafted a little bit, just because several times Rob was like, well, I'd vote for part 2. At which point I feel like we should have put part 2 on the bracket.
I did say, I asked.
You did ask. So, I mean,
it's a hard decision to make because I think the original Evil Dead stands a better chance personally. Because I would vote. I mean, I like the original. Well, I don't know. They're neck and neck for me. They do different.
Maybe
things.
That's why I feel a little bit shafted, is because Rob did say several times that he would vote for 2 over. So I was thinking that it would have had the better chance. The thing is, I would vote for Evil Dead over Evil Dead 2 also, but I would vote for either one above whatever it was that knocked Evil Dead out. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I don't remember what knocked Evil Dead out.
Hold on.
Something that I also would have voted for Evil Dead 2 over, I'm sure.
Evil Dead lost to Friday the 13th, part 6.
Yes, I would have voted for Evil Dead 2 over Friday 6.
If I may say, I really think that you guys take a lot of biasness out of it, to be honest, because you do cater to, the people that listen to the show. And to me, I think that's very commendable.
Well, I thank you,
Amber.
Amber.
Not easy. It's not. It's not an easy thing. I don't know how he does it like he does, but I can only say I commend you guys.
I think some of us are better than others at that.
Really?
I'm the best at it.
Well, because I have a grading scale, so I work off like a 3-point scale to figure out what's better between these two movies.
I get that. I'm just saying, for these guys to do the things that they do each year with this, they've gotten better each time. And I just have to commend them on that.
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
She wasn't talking to you, Kat.
You're even going to commend Mikey?
Yes, I'm going to commend Mikey.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that. I'm commended by Amber of all people, too. It's a beautiful thing.
You should be committed.
That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. Happy dang. All right.
Mikey, do you want to go ahead and check our chat real quick?
Hold on. If I gotta do that, hold on.
Crazy idiot! Get the fuck out of here! You! Go ahead, go back to turning tricks and old folk and you pain in the ass!
It was a good idea for me to light that one thing. This is the Gabagooli Mystery Corner. Thank you for the Italian emote, Bill. Where our wonderful listeners anonymously send in Italian memes making fun of me for being Italian. Don't look for the tie-in here with horror and stuff. It doesn't exist. They're just buttholes. The memes go up on Patreon. We try our best to describe them on the show. That's just mean. All right. This is
I chose this meme in particular because this was a new submitter this week.
What?
Oh, welcome aboard. We got somebody new in on the action. That's good.
Okay, hold on. Before I describe me, Will.
Thrill me.
We had during the whole pasta fleshlight debacle, we everybody was a suspect, and it hurt me to name you as a suspect, but everybody was a suspect. And you had stated I'm not going to ask you if you sent this or not. But you said to me at that time, you've never submitted a Gabagooli Mystery Corner meme. I ask you, sir, is that statement still true?
It is, yes.
And I can confirm, I very rarely give hints, but I will say no one in this call submitted this Gabagooli Mystery Corner. It's hard sometimes to remember who sent what, but I went out of my way to make sure as many new eyes as possible would be seeing this.
This is a good one. I like this one.
I don't like
funny.
this one at all.
I also have a story about this one once Mikey has described it.
Okay. It's like a zoo or a petting zoo of some sort, and there's a goat that's in its enclosure, and he's looking back at the camera, kind of pissed, actually, it looks like. And there's a sign that is on the front of this enclosure, and it's please do not speak Italian. Well, the sign is a goat's head with like a hand giving it food, but the hand is in an unfortunate shape of a capiche hand with a red line through it, and the meme is captioned, "Please don't speak Italian to the goat."
So this one had been sent in by a new anonymous listener. And when I went to see if I could, but they sent it in a format that I could not save to Twitter. So when I went to see if there was an alternate version of this one, I found that there's merch. There is please don't speak Italian to the goat merch, because apparently this is popular enough of a meme. So that was a fun surprise for me today.
That is a surprise. And now I know what Mikey's getting for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's sad. Like, what? Whoever sent this in, and I don't know who you are. I had a funny suspicion that it might have been Will, because like my thought process, and I apologize to you, Will, but my thought process on it is, how many fucking people are doing this? You know, like that's the thing that goes through my mind. How many people listen to the show, and haven't done it yet? And why are you doing it now? We're however long in. Like, what are we doing here? God damn it.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, I agree. It is.
I plead the fifth.
Will now a suspect again.
It's a shame
All right.
Cat only now has 2 years worth of Gabagooli memes left.
Yeah, I only have 2 years left.
Is it up to 2 now?
I don't think it's 2 full years. It's like a year and a half.
Oh,
You're fine.
Nice. Gone up several months since our last audit of the Gabagooli Mystery Corner memes. That's great to know. All right. Patreon.com/. Also, whoever sent this meme in, why don't you sign up to the Patreon? Huh? Like, you care about the show this much to listen to it and participate, and that's great and all, but you know, like, if you're going to be racist towards one of the hosts and attack me for my nationality, maybe support the show.
That's right. Patreon memberships start at $3 a month. That's only 75 cents a week. You too can feed a podcaster.
That's a really funny line.
You too can speak Italian to a podcaster.
But not the goat.
Not the goat.
All right. Quick break. Semifinals and finals when we get back. God damn it. Okay. It's been about a month of this tournament now, and it all boils down to this night. We have the semifinals and the finals. We're going to just start with the first matchup. 1974, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre against Candyman, 1992.
So this is the winner of the upper left-hand quadrant against the winner of the lower left-hand quadrant, if you're playing at home.
Thank you, Rob. I would have been confused.
I'm confused.
Appreciate that.
This one sucks.
This one does suck. This one, I know how I'm voting, but I don't want to say.
I feel like the problem is they're both great movies. Is the first problem. The second problem is they're both very different movies, to where you have Texas Chainsaw, which is very dirty and dingy and gringy, and I mean that in a good way. And then you have Candyman, that is a much more sophisticated film, and they packed a lot of issues with their times, and even today, even, you know, a lot of that's in there with that social impact of it. And Texas Chainsaw didn't have any of that. It was just a full blown slasher. Not that Candyman wasn't, but it's just very different things happen.
All right, counterpoint. This is super easy. Do you just want me to vote?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you being spiteful here? Because of 2 years
I don't think
of
he
TCM?
is.
This is super easy. This is Candyman.
Maybe he is.
It's a better movie.
Okay, hang on.
I'm gonna let everybody know now. I'm leaning Candyman.
It's Candyman. How is it not?
Because it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
TCM shouldn't even be here. Let's just be honest.
It absolutely should be here. I love Candyman.
Do you need me to consult the official list?
So much. I don't need you to. Do you want me to consult my official list?
Your list is not official.
Maybe lists are official. I got no
It's a fun little thing that we let you do, but I have the official one. And Candyman is number 6, and TCM is number 16.
It's insane that it's number 16. That is so low.
This is how it is.
No. Listen, I love Candyman. I love it a bunch. And it does have social things. It tells a good story. I think it was really ahead of its time in a lot of ways. It wasn't the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, though. Like, as a film, it's so hard to beat the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I don't think Candyman is the one that does it.
I'm not locked into Candyman, but I'm leaning it. I think the story is the biggest. Again, these are both great, and you have to look at a lot of different things, a lot of different ways to really figure out. Like, it's a hard decision. The story of Candyman is, like I like Texas Chainsaw and all, but it's, rednecks in the woods or fields, whatever, same concept. Candyman was something very, it was Bloody Mary-ish, but even still, it was so different. What are you thinking here?
Well,
are you locked into one?
I am locked into one, but I stand by it. I don't think TCM should even be here right now. I think it should have been Halloween versus Candyman, and I probably would have chose Halloween. But like I don't want to say positive takeaways, but like my only positive takeaways from TCM are like the dinner table scene, the ending, and like maybe the head bonking scene from the like in the middle of the movie. Like, that's it. But like the rest of like Candyman is like such a compelling character. The music is great. The story is great. Like the aesthetic of that movie is just so much better in my opinion. So I'm gonna choose Candyman in this one.
Chris, what are you thinking, man?
I'm gonna kind of lean more to the film that I think was better shot and at least had more impact to me, and I'm gonna say it was Texas Chainsaw.
Okay, so right now we're split. Kat and Chris going for Texas Chainsaw, and Rob and Will going Candyman. Greg, what are you thinking?
Oh, this one was easy. I mean, for starters, it should be Halloween, not Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But for me, it's easily Candyman because Candyman is the best in its French. TCM isn't. That's one. Two, there is no dinner scene in Candyman. And 3, Candyman doesn't have Franklin. Candyman wins.
Yeah, but Franklin doesn't die in Candyman. Texas Chainsaw Massacre wins.
But he's in it to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, even though he dies, which he should, because he's an awful character, he shouldn't be in it. So even if I take out that, I still have more positives for Candyman. Plus, Tony Todd or Gunnar Hansen. Who do you want to fuck? I'd rather fuck Candyman. I'd rather fuck Tony Todd. Okay, I might let Tony Todd fuck me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Let's be honest. If Tony Todd wants to fuck you, he's gonna fuck you one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Amber, are you locked into anything?
Yes, I'm locked into Candyman. And even though I love both of these movies and I've always been, hardcore for TCM, I had to go a different way of looking at them. And I would rather have sex with Tony Todd than Gunnar. Or Gunnar Hansen, I'm sorry.
You happy now, Rob? This is what you've brought the show to.
This is what the show is. It's a beauty pageant now that can only be won by Tony Todd. Are you pleased with yourself?
You can't blame me for turning the world into wanting to fuck Tony Todd. That's just how it is.
That's just a given. We can't have brackets based off of that. It's true.
Well,
everybody wants that.
We could have a bracket based off of that. I think we're smelling what next year's Murder Madness is cooking. You know?
Dr. Dan Chalice is going to be a tough out.
Son of a bitch.
He goes against Tony Todd.
I'm sorry. I would take Dr. Chalice over Tony Todd.
He fucked his way to the third round of a tournament that wasn't even about fucking.
That's
Talk
right.
about a home.
This tournament isn't supposed to be about fucking.
All right. What Greg said is a part of what Greg said is they're very different movies doing very different things. You get the cannibalism and all that in Texas Chainsaw, but you get like Candyman is a love story, and I equate this to the original Hellraiser as well. And it's very rare that you get that type of depth in a story without it crossing that line of not horror or cheesy or too romantic or whatever. It truly had that dark sense of that love story in Candyman. And man, Candyman himself, I mean, the character has depth. Leatherface doesn't. As cool as he is and as awesome as he is, he doesn't. If we're really getting down to what's better, I kind of have to go Candyman here as well.
Absolute travesty. You know, the thing is that it is. As a story, I completely understand where you're coming from, except for that, the groundbreaking cinematography, the atmosphere, the actual filmmaking that went into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre makes it a great film. Like, as a horror movie, it does better, and also it's scarier.
I don't know about that.
It 100% is. And you know why? Because this is something that I get into with Hellraiser, where the fear of temptation is a real fear. And I think that's what they were going for on some levels of Candyman. But you know what isn't a real fear? Wanting to fuck Tony Todd. What was the danger Helen was in? Fucking Tony Todd. Like, I'm not afraid of that. Fucking a Cenobite? That scares me a little bit.
I want to fuck Tony Todd too, but I don't want to die to do it, to be fair.
I think what you're short selling here, Kat, is the setting of Candyman. We don't get nearly enough urban horror.
But
even
I don't
today,
think that
we
makes
don't get
it
enough of that inner
better
city
than Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
project urban horror. And Candyman is a landmark film. Candyman is just as much a landmark film in that respect as Texas Chainsaw Massacre is, because we get about 4 dozen movies of hillbillies attacking people in the middle of nowhere every month.
Yeah, but why do we get that?
And the lore that surrounds Candyman that they built for that character is incredible. Candyman, and I've said this before, is the single most sympathetic villain in any horror franchise.
Okay, I haven't ranked sympathetic villains of horror franchises. I agree he's among them, if not the most. But again, I don't necessarily think that makes it better as a film. As a film, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is better.
Well, no, as a film, it's just better.
It's not.
I mean, the characters are better, the story's better.
And the whole landmark thing, just because we haven't pursued it as much, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre really started that whole thing, because so many movies want to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the exorcism thing all over again.
Yeah,
that's true.
And Mikey pointed out when we had the conversation about the My Bloody Valentine remake and the what's original and what is a remake, a lot of the lore that you're talking about came from the short story that Candyman was adapted from. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was an original film. That was a film.
I get that Candyman was adapted from a short story, but the setting was also changed, and there was a lot of stuff changed.
Much like Texas Chainsaw being based off of what's his name, Gwen. I mean, it was exaggerated greatly, but it wasn't entirely original. The Hillbillies in the Woods have been
more than Candyman.
Not so much. It was based off of something somebody did.
It was based off
in the news.
It was based off Ed Gein, who was
yeah.
in Wisconsin, mostly dug up dead women, and really only had a body count of 2 people.
Right, but
Yes.
hillbillies attacking you in the middle of nowhere has been a fear forever. Texas Chainsaw didn't really create that. And a movie that did not want to be Texas Chainsaw, Candyman. They did not replicate anything they did off of Texas Chainsaw, which was a groundbreaking film. But like Rob said, so was Candyman. It didn't do anything we've seen in any other horror movies. It did its own movie without a lot of those tropes, if any of them, really.
Yeah,
and
but
they did a phenomenal job.
You know what else didn't base off of those tropes? The fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
But it based off of a real killer. Or not killer, but, well, he did kill people or whatever he did. I mean, it was based off of real events that happened.
Yeah, but really the
final girl
is it brought like a wider element to the audience that they've never really seen before. And even though it's completely fictionalized, it's kind of like Chris said, it's based off of Ed Gein, where Candyman, that actually did happen up in Chicago, in the Chicago area. And it's based off of like a folklore, but still true events actually did happen. There was a murderous person that they would call the Candyman. He did what he did. And I'm not trying to take away from TCM because I absolutely love it, but it just, Candyman brings a little bit more.
And I was going to bring up what Rob said as well. The Chicago, man. Texas Chainsaw did nail its environment better than probably any other movie has in an environment like that. But so did, when you see Leprechaun the Hood, we joke about it all the time. When you see an urban set movie, that's usually what you get. This did not mock that. It made it dude, like I'm not from Chicago, but I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in places that look like that. And they fucking nailed it. And that's how the people in those areas act to people. Helen coming in and shit, like, it was very real. And the tones from that alone it was something to be said for them. And I think it added a whole nother layer of fear to what she was doing on top of the whole Candyman thing, which is, what the movie's about. But it was so beautifully done the way they were able to intertwine what Helen's going through. And then she's got her shit at home that, her husband is got moved on now. And, someone living in her house and everyone thinks she's fucking crazy. And why wouldn't they? It was massive. Like the depth in what they did there, as much as I love TCM, there just wasn't that level of depth. It didn't exist. I love TCM a lot, but Candyman.
I don't think you do. It's the foundation of slasher movies in so many ways. So many of our tropes, so many of our brackets, so many of the things that we fight about started with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, you're being irrational.
And I'm not being irrational. I'm the only one being rational here. I love Candyman so much, but it is not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And you can look at all of the things that it did that were new and inventive, but like it goes back to the bedrock that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like the whole genre was impacted by this movie, and it still it has held up so well.
Yeah, but it doing it first doesn't gain it any points on what was better in a movie.
First and best.
No, I mean, she's right. It does hold up well. It is the 16th best horror movie of all time.
God damn it, Rob.
But Tony Todd holds up, Candyman holds up pretty good too.
Yeah, that's the 6th best.
Fourth best movie of all time.
Tony Todd has been in so many movies. Final Destination, all these big franchises too. A lot of his filmography is crazy. People just talk to him about Candy. Still to this day. it was an important point in horror. Like my mother and my aunt were scared of this movie. I remember it. Like the Bloody Mary thing still creeps people out. And it fed on that. I don't think it can be argued that the depth in Candyman is insanely higher than Texas Chainsaw. Like Texas Chainsaw did a lot of the things well along the way, but it was just a prototypical slasher.
It was literally the prototypical slasher. It was the prototype for slasher.
Psycho.
I don't
Black Christmas,
understand why we're having. You are baffling me with this.
It is true. Black Christmas, Psycho, Peeping Tom, you could even throw in there, not to be cliche.
And we can talk about the social commentary. And listen, I'm not going to say that it's not the best movie in its franchise, because as a film, I do think it is the best film in its franchise. But if we're talking about like the setting and the social commentary, it doesn't even do that the best in its franchise, because Nia DaCosta fucking knocked it out of the water on both of those fronts.
I don't know if I would say she did social commentary better than the original.
I 100% would.
I think that she made a film that has social commentary that's more relevant to today.
Right.
But I don't think that she nailed it better than Candyman did for its time.
I think there was a lot more meat on the bone for her to play with in the social aspect, because, social media and just, all the shit that's happened since then. The isolation they captured for Chicago and that community and that project, you felt it. There was nowhere for them to go. They showed you what they deal with on an everyday level. Nia DaCosta didn't really do that to that degree. Like they spoke of it, but they didn't really show you what, these people are going through. And it was completely, it wasn't in, these people, these were people making money. They lived in nice apartments and beautiful, nicer than my house. There wasn't that sense of being deprived, and it just wasn't the same as. And again, maybe it's because I grew up in places like that, so I know how it felt to that. Maybe not so much to that degree. That Chicago's real bad. They showed us that. Nia DaCosta didn't.
You know where else they didn't have anywhere to run? Fucking Texas.
Well, and that's the difference. That's a house in the middle of nowhere. You're talking Chicago. There's tens of thousands of people there, and you still have nowhere to go. There's something to be said for that, I think.
At the fact that we're talking about real projects here. We're talking about projects where every apartment is damn near identical, and they showed that. Like he pointed out, you're talking about a house in the middle of nowhere. You're talking about kids exploring in an area that they really shouldn't have been. But when you look at Candyman, these are real projects. Those are real homes that those people had to deal with all this shit with. And again, I'm not taking a crap on TCM, because TCM paved the way for a lot of good slashers. It really and truly did. But overall, if you look at it more investigably, it's going to be Candyman.
I just think Candyman did more. And that's really, and the line is so thin for me.
Candyman did more, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre mastered every single thing that it did to a degree that has not been replicated. And it's insane to me.
I haven't seen Candyman replicated either, though, honestly. Like I said, mostly when you get any type of setting like that in a horror movie, it's Leprechaun in the Hood. It's things like that is what you get. Tales from the Hood and all those things. Like, it's mocking it more than anything and playing with it, which is fun, but it's not, there's no realism there. It's not there. Movies like that are not scary. They're just fun to watch. I mean, it wasn't easy for me, and honestly, listening did. I mean, not that my vote mattered anyway, but it if you put Candyman and Leatherface next to each other, what they were able to do with Candyman was great. And Tony Todd's performance. You want to talk about performances? No one in either movie can even come remotely close to Tony Todd. Not even Gunnar Hansen. And Helen too. Helen nailed it too. Candyman moves on. That is a tough fucking decision. And speaking of another one, that is...
I'm going to pull a Rob. I'm going to quit the show.
The next matchup, and this determines who goes up against Candyman in the finals. It's A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, up against Saw.
The
original.
winner of the upper right-hand quadrant against the winner of the lower right-hand quadrant.
You're not allowed to say quadrant on this show once this episode's over. You know that.
You just did.
We'll see.
After the episode. Can't say it no more. I mean, I think it's Nightmare. Anybody not leaning Nightmare? What are we thinking here?
No, it's Nightmare.
Not even I could devil's advocate this one. It's Nightmare by a large margin.
Will, what are you thinking, man?
I mean, I'll swing the praises for Saw. Like, Saw had the better ending. It had better, I won't say, it had a better twist, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
More likable characters, probably not. I mean, both concepts are like equal, in my opinion. I think Nightmare has like a better concept because I think it's scarier than Saw. Like, I'd be terrified if I got stuck in a Saw trap, but like just the thought of somebody in my head and they can hurt me while I'm asleep and I can't get away from them. I'm eventually going to have to fall asleep and I'm going to have to confront this person. It's much more scary. I mean, I'm getting like my heart is racing just thinking about it right now. And I think Nightmare also has better music, has a better story, better characters. I just have to give it to Nightmare.
I will say this though, because I'm part of the reason that Saw got here.
Yeah, you sure are. Some might say you're the sole reason that Saw got here. You jackass.
Kinda. It's just another case of very different movies and coming out at very different times. But we did just see a later movie going because you know a lot of people say, "Oh, you're always going to pick the original or the more classic film," and you know we just seen that.
I'm not going to say that after today.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't happen in the last matchup, but it's really such different things because Saw wasn't really. I mean, you could argue Jigsaw, John Kramer, sure, maybe even Billy the Puppet at first in the movie because you don't get too much on Kramer right away, but. It was more of a balls to the wall movie as opposed to a slower pace killer movie. Like Saw, the killer is John Kramer, but physically he's not doing it. And it's so different. Saw did a lot of things better than Nightmare, but I think when you really boil it down to a horror movie, what they were able to create in Freddy Krueger, even because this is when he was his most scary. So like, forget about what Freddy Krueger became. He was scary here and you feared him and you didn't know what he was. And I mean, it's going to be hard to get Nightmare out of here. I think Greg, you're a Nightmare guy.
I have the official list. If anybody needs the rankings, I can let you know what they are.
Throw your list away. Greg, are we going to be shocked here by your vote?
Well, I mean, for starters, neither of these films should be here, but it's Nightmare. It hands down, it's Nightmare. Like when I watched Saw in theaters, I knew as soon as I heard one line of dialogue that Kramer was the dude in the middle, lying on the ground. When it was he likes to be close to his victims, I'm like, that's the guy in the middle, right? Yeah, it's. Nightmare's just it's a better movie. It really is. I also don't think Saw is that good of a film to begin with. Not counting the later ones where it just became like, you know, torture porn. But the first Saw film, like, was okay. The first Nightmare film is great. Like, it's for me, this is a no-brainer and it's Nightmare.
Amber?
I have to give credit to both of them because I thought that the first Saw was actually really good. I did. I enjoyed it. But honestly, nothing can compare to the first time that you see Freddy stretch out his arms and you hear that metal striking metal, it just chills you, even to this day. Definitely Nightmare on Elm Street.
Cat.
I'm really debating going Saw just so I can have a Rob sweep this episode.
It's a bad matchup for Saw.
Here's the thing is I ranked A Nightmare on Elm Street higher when we did like our top movie list when it was like a combination. And then we were talking about Saw last week. I honestly, Saw is so good. It's so good. If I were going to throw a pity vote this final round, it would be to Saw. But I'm not going to. I can get to a place where I would feel confident being the person to have that take. But Nightmare, it is a classic. It's I don't know. We're talking about two movies that have like a twist on the slasher thing, you know?
Yeah.
Saw has a better soundtrack. I honestly kind of like the story of Saw better also, but Freddy's just such an icon.
That's the thing too. It's like, it's going up against Freddy that is a dream demon. How the fuck do you beat that story? You know, it's so dope in so many ways. It's like, and that's something Saw had going for it, was that story. And that's why I went with it over Let the Right One In the last round. I just wanted to point that out to Rob again. But even this is like, fuck, a dream demon.
I was kind of thinking because like there's part of my brain that's like, because Candyman got so hyped up the last round for having more story and substance, part of me really, really wants to vote Saw, but it would be a spite vote, and I'm not about that. I'm not going to be petty. Nightmare can have its sweep.
It's just a bad matchup. Goddamn.
Pettiness doesn't suit you, Cat.
I just said I wasn't going to be petty.
I'm saying.
All right.
It works for some people. Not you. Works for me.
I was just going to say, are you talking about yourself there, Mr. Rob Humphrey?
No, he's Mr. Where Are My Balls?
And where are my balls?
All right. I'm going to be honest here. Last year's Nightmare on Elm Street won last year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street wins, I feel like, every
Yeah, I told you coming into this like last week, you were like, oh, this is going to be tough. I'm like, I already know what's going to win.
Well,
I know what
I
should
still
win,
don't know
and I know what's going to win.
Honestly. Last year was kind of a womp.
I don't think you know what should win.
I do know what should win.
Because you voted against it.
No.
Yes. 100%.
Last year's Murder Madness, I'm not gonna lie, the finals was kind of a womp with Nightmare going up against the Dawn of the Dead remake. We did originals versus remakes.
I have no idea how that happened.
The year before that was also a womp because it was, oh man, I don't even remember. I should have looked at that before we started. I don't even know if I have the sheet anymore. It was Rhea Ripley. I just said Rhea Ripley. I watched WrestleMania tonight a little bit, but I don't even remember who Ellen Ripley went up against, to be honest, because who's going to take down Ellen Ripley? We didn't think that one through the most. It was a protagonist bracket, and it just made sense considering we just did antagonists. Pinhead won the year before, and it was actually up against Candyman in those finals, and that was tough. So the last 2 years were very easy in the finals. This is super fucking hard.
So we've made it to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it, guys. This is for the Vernal Lord Humphrey Cup.
And where are my balls?
Everybody needs to take this seriously.
Stop saying it. It's not the Lord Humphrey Cup.
It is the Lord Humphrey. I've got a picture of the Lord Humphrey Cup.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome, buddy.
Ass and titties.
Ass. I swear to God.
And on this auspicious occasion, here's my brother with a song.
I was going for this one.
Hell of a deal.
And it's always that one that I hit when I hit the wrong button somehow. All right. Yeah. Candyman 1992 going up against A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984. Is anyone locked in yet? Because I honestly don't know what to do here.
I'm locked in.
Help.
Candyman.
That doesn't help me. Is anyone else
I have the list if you want to know the rankings.
I am going to break into
Will
your
that
house.
help?
And Nicolas Cage, what was that movie? He was getting the map.
National Treasure.
National
Yeah, I'm
Treasure.
gonna National Treasure your list and burn it. Is what I'm gonna do. All right. Put it in Nicolas Cage terms for you.
I mean, if it helps, Mikey, Candyman is number 6. Nightmare on Elm Street is number 54.
That makes me want to go
God
Nightmare
damn it.
more. I hope you know that.
He has to know that. This has to be the long game where he has regrets about putting Nightmare this low, so he's going to irritate you into voting for it.
And Cujo's number 90.
Stop telling me that.
I just like to annoy you with my list.
I know you do. Keep that list. Greg.
Mikey, what's your number 2 top film?
We're not talking about mine.
I know, but what's your number 2 top film?
As I said in a previous episode, my number 2 when we did our top 100 movie rankings for our 300th episode, my number 2 was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Your number 3 was the original Nightmare. Your number 2 was Dream Warriors.
Was Dream Warriors. Right.
So
okay.
your number 3 is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Candyman was below that. Your decision for this should be simple.
But it's not, because like I said, I forget which episode it was during the tournament here. I feel like at least when I did mine, it was a heavier dose of personal bias in there than it is when we really sit down and strip all that away. You know, so it's not that they're right next to each other. Help me, somebody. Who's Greg? Are you locked in yet?
Does this help?
Hey, come on.
Good is better than fun.
Which one's fun? It's the original Nightmare, not Dream Warriors.
I'm just saying, good is greater than fun.
Doesn't help here.
Just like Rob is locked in on Candyman, I'm locked in on it's Nightmare. It's between these two, it's Nightmare. I mean, granted, I don't believe that Nightmare should be here, but because I would have this final should be The Thing versus Candyman, and then I'd have The Thing. But it's Nightmare. Killer's more iconic. The story is better. The acting. I'm gonna say that the acting is better. The final girl is better. The direction is better. I just personally believe. Maybe. I mean, even just the thought alone, right? If I'm dealing with both of these villains, I'd rather deal with Candyman than I'd rather deal with just on all those levels.
I disagree with pretty much everything he said. I think Candyman is better at everything that he said Nightmare is better at.
Not everything.
I mean, it's pretty much everything.
Rob, you're going to tell me that Helen is a better final girl than Nancy?
Yes.
Yes.
Serious?
Absolutely not.
No.
Yes.
No. Let's back this up. Because Helen is one of my favorite. Helen is one of my favorite characters in a horror movie ever. We can't call her a final girl. We cannot. She doesn't survive, and she fucks Tony Todd. That's not being a final girl. That's being all of us on this show.
We'll call her the big winner then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fine because she is, and that's acceptable, but we can't call her a better final girl than Nancy.
Then that's fine. Then I guess you would say, yes, Nancy is a better final girl, but she's not a better character.
Okay,
you can't
there's
penalize
a debate to be
Candyman
had
for telling
there.
a story that doesn't have a final girl.
There's a debate to be had there, but I could not let that one
imagine
go.
what that debate could possibly be.
Helen had a better performance, though, is the thing. Like the role of Helen was performed better than the role of Nancy.
No.
Definitely had a better performance.
I vehemently disagree with that statement. But
really?
I think I just think that Helen goes looking for trouble. Nancy doesn't. Trouble finds her. And then dealing with the trouble that's presented to you, Helen gives in. Nancy fights back. And having to deal with a character, having to deal with a villain that will get you in your sleep that all humans have to do, that's more terrifying. At least in my eyes, it's more terrifying to have to deal with something that you can't avoid. Helen could have avoided this by not going down the rabbit hole. Nancy, there's no way she could have avoided this because she has to sleep. So
yeah.
So that's why my vote locked in is a nightmare.
But we all have that fuck around and find out moment. We don't know we're gonna find out until we fuck around. You know, let's be honest. And how I think
you have a fuck around and find out thing. I don't. I'm crazy, not stupid. There's a difference.
Right. You fuck around a lot. It happens a lot. You just haven't run into Tony Todd in a coat yet, is the thing. She did.
There's also, you know, Tony Todd is Candyman is defeatable. Freddy's really not.
You've seen Freddy beaten.
I see Freddy get beat up by high school kids in every goddamn movie he's in.
Yeah, he does. No, he does get beat up, but in the long run, in the long game, Freddy still wins.
Yeah, but Candyman keeps coming back too. Look,
all
these villains keep coming back in the next
gone.
movie. So with Freddy, you just grab him and bring him out in the real world, and then he's just a old ass pedophile.
And then you send him back to the dream world, and it starts all over again. You can't avoid him.
Right, but all the killers come back for the next movie. Like that's a ridiculous argument that you can kill one and you can't kill the other.
I mean, if we're going down the rabbit hole of other movies in the franchise, Tony Todd was defeated in 3 and didn't come back.
Well, they just didn't make another movie, which is
right. And the Candyman lore kept going, as we learned in the Nia DaCosta film. The lore just keeps going. Maybe Tony Todd's version of Candyman doesn't come back, but Candyman always comes back.
That's not Daniel Robitaille Candyman. That's a different Candyman.
But it's still Candyman.
But it's a different version of Candyman. Freddy stayed the same throughout the entire franchise.
No, because he turned into a hairless cat that one movie.
Different timelines. No.
But okay, I feel like we're missing. Honestly, where I'm trying to narrow this down in certain areas, and the toughest part I'm having is, and this helped Nightmare with going up against Saw, and I feel it for me it helped with Candyman going up against Texas Chainsaw, is the villains. Candyman and Freddy are both performed masterfully. Like Robert Englund, Tony Todd, there's no give there, which makes this even harder. This is like this matchup is one of the most difficult yet because of how similar these movies are and different, but they're similar in a lot of ways.
I'd rather fuck Tony Todd.
I don't know. Robert Englund, a handsome man. Oh, come on now. Let's not act like
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd aged better. I'll admit that. But in his time, Robert Englund though. God damn, I don't know what to do here, man. The thing with the villain for me is, and I need help figuring it out. In this movie, in the original movies, Tony Todd did more, is the problem. But we know what Freddy turned into, and then Robert Englund, I feel, surpassed that with Freddy Krueger. But we're not talking about none of that shit matters. God damn, man. This is fucking... And the stories are dope, too, for both of them. Okay, so hold on. We have... Rob and Greg are the only ones locked in. Amber, are you locked in yet?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Honestly,
this is hard.
because Candyman has more of a lore to me, because it when you look at the story as a whole and you see what what Candyman went through because of his love for a person that he never got over. And these people basically tortured him. They turned bees onto him, you know, and this was a person that was well educated and well endowed for his time period, which I'm not saying well endowed is a dick.
Yeah, but we know it. We know he was too.
Hold on, Amber. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Huge clown penis.
There you go.
But seriously, you know, overall for the story and the lore that they gave Candyman, it appeals to me a little bit more because it's like, yeah, I get it with Freddy. He's so iconic. He's great. I have no no quibbles with him. But it's like, if I really had to nitpick, one was a pedophile that got busted. The other one,
Well, hey now,
a man that fell in love.
in the remake, he was a pedophile. In the remake,
No.
Yes.
It's heavily implied throughout
You
the
guys
film. We
can
all know
claim
that.
all you want to.
It's
Why
not what
the hell
happened.
Why in the hell would these parents, not anybody particular, but parents, want to burn this man alive?
I mean, listen.
I would burn somebody alive if you molested my son.
I would burn somebody alive if they killed my kid. I would either want to, or I would actually kill them if they even if they killed my kid. So the argument there is still, and they got their street justice and ended up paying for it.
But again, you're looking at a man who fell in love with a woman, and they persecuted him for it. They destroyed him for whom he loved. And to me, that lore kind of pulls me towards it better than a pedophile getting street justice.
I mean, if you just wear an entire suit made out of rubber, the bees will have no effect because bee sting can't get through rubber.
Well, you know what?
Shout out to bsource.com. Yeah, we know that.
So in real life. So hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm set on Candyman.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between these two movies in my mind, and the reason it was such an easy choice, is the just social weight that Candyman carries, where there's none of that with Elm Street. Like, it's not, and I get it, it's not that kind of movie, and it's not trying to make that kind of point, but Candyman to me gets extra credit for making that point and going that extra step to try and do that. I just, to me, Candyman's also a movie that sticks with me longer after I watch it than Nightmare does.
Exactly. And plus, honestly, that whole mannequin through the damn door just,
oh God, looks terrible.
I can't with it.
Kat, are you locked into, you were going Nightmare, right?
Oh, I'm locked into Nightmare. Okay. I think that if we're talking just, I'm on the losing side again, it seems like.
I don't know.
And I feel like my argument is very much the same. But if we're talking just stories, Candyman is a lot more ambitious. It tries a lot more things. I think it gets a lot of credit for that. It has very sympathetic, very interesting, deep characters. If we're talking films, I think Nightmare on Elm Street is better. It has better cinematography, I think. Maybe not cinematography, but it has better like framing of shots. I think it does so many really inventive things. I think the effects have held up really well. The performances, I like the characters. And while I like Helen as a character, I think she's very interesting. I think I can kind of relate to some of her insecurities and her feelings. As on a storytelling level, she really has it. As far as things that I want to see in a horror movie, like in terms of things that scare me, Nancy is someone that I can relate to a lot better. That whole, and I really like her as a final girl. I really like her as sort of a foil to Freddy, where nobody believes her, but she knows what she's seeing, and we have just this sort of like underdog story. I know that Freddy gets very easy to defeat as the franchise goes on. She's not the only teenager that can defeat him. But in the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, it just, those odds feel so insurmountable, and Nancy just gets shit done, like that's an energy that I love so much. And even though I relate to Helen as a character, she doesn't have that, and that sort of succumbing to fear, and not to fear, the sort of succumbing to the end, I guess, to everything that Candyman represents. It's not as scary to me. It's just not.
I mean, I would say with regards to Helen, I mean, you say Nancy, nobody believes her, but she knows what she saw. I mean, Helen ends up locked up in the nut house because nobody believes her.
No,
they both have
nobody
that
does
aspect,
believe her,
yeah.
and she succumbs to it. Like, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, because I I think that's not as scary for me. You know, I think the facing the fear head on and like challenging it and like learning new skills to attack Freddy is a lot. That's a situation that just I find more intimidating and impressive.
I understand that, but I think coming up against the fear that is too powerful for you to feel like you can stand up against it is much scarier to me than one that I feel like I can take a stand against. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think it.
Looking at my situation and going, there's nothing I can do here but give myself over to this is much more frightening to me than, you know, I'm going to set up a bunch of Home Alone traps around the house and try and hit him in the nuts with a sledgehammer or whatever the fuck she did.
I can see how it would be, but also when that fear is being an eternal vengeance demon and the love of Tony Todd, like that just it's not scary to me. That's not where the fear in the movie comes from for me, and the fear that is there. And I think that's what it comes down to is because, and we've had this conversation in the bracket before. I don't think everyone goes into a horror movie necessarily to be scared. I don't think a movie has to be really scary to necessarily be a horror movie, but I go into horror movies to be scared. It's the deciding factor for me, and Nightmare on Elm Street just I think is a lot scarier. It's a huge advantage in that film's favor because while Candyman is a very good story, it's not that scary to me in the same way, like in a lingering way.
I can respect what you're saying about that, Cat, but the biggest thing with me when it comes to Helen, I don't feel like she gave up or she succumbed. She just had one of them fuck it moments where there's really nothing I can do. So I'm just gonna, go with what I have to do. She had a husband that was cheating on her. She also got thrown in a mental institution, and Nancy, she read some Survivor books. Nancy is a great, great final girl. But when it comes to Helen, I feel like she's a better woman when it comes to the horror aspect of it because she's put in situations that, and I hate kind of putting it this way, but from where she lived and then going to a place like Cabrini Green, that's scary within itself right there for someone like her and what she's used to in her accustomed type of life. And she's going to these projects out on her own.
That's what goes to what I was saying earlier a little bit. There was that layer of fear with that alone, like instilled in the movie, like embedded is probably a better word.
And, even though it was so scary and so different for her, she still faced it and went through it and wasn't afraid to talk to people about it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just admiration for Nancy because I feel, I don't know. I feel like I'm more of a Helen than a Nancy. Like I've had those just fuck it moments also.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I would get myself in a situation like Helen, I'm a fuck around and find out kind of person.
Yeah.
And then also just like a fuck it person. So I get it. Like I think she's very relatable, but I just.
And I don't know. Totally respect that about Nancy because she did really have to work to figure out because she was on her own as well. Nobody believed her.
Nancy did have a little more help but that's the thing. Will, what are you thinking? Are you locked in?
I'm not because I'm struggling over here.
Dude, me too.
I've been fighting this for a little bit. I mean, both these movies have like a very special place in my heart. Like, Candyman is a very well told story, has a great villain. Sympathetic villain, yes, he's better than Freddy, but like as a villain, Freddy is such a better villain. Like Candyman, he goes after you unless you're his object of obsession. Yeah, that word or that phrase.
DBD stuff.
if you're not his object of obsession, he'll just kill you and be done with you. Like one stab, you're gone. Freddy, he torments and tortures people equally. Like you could see throughout the entire movie, like everybody was distraught by this one guy in their dreams. Like he's been torturing these kids for weeks, and he eventually does kill them. But just the mental torture this guy can put on these characters. It's and this is like one of the only movies that can actually scare me. Like it's the only horror movie that I can think of that actually scared me, except like Jaws or something like that, because the water is like terrifying. But Nightmare has better music in my opinion. Also Nancy, like she doesn't get enough credit. Like she's a terrific final girl. Like people say, like who's better, Lori or Nancy? I would always lean towards Nancy because of what she had to deal with throughout the entire movie. But yeah,
Sounds like you're leaning.
I am leaning Nightmare, but I don't want to lean Nightmare because Candyman is such a well put together story.
Chris, are you locked in?
This was coming up as like a 50-50 for me. Like,
yeah,
Candyman is a much better story, better shot, but Nightmare definitely is just more unabashed with its villain. There's no redeeming factor. The effects were better.
Would you say the effects were better for Candyman?
Nightmare.
Okay, that's tough for me.
But I think I'm going to lean a little more towards Candyman in this fight.
Fuck.
I mean, if it helps, Nancy didn't kill a dog.
Yeah, but she had to.
She did.
If a dog was going to kill me, I mean, yeah, I would break my heart and soul to do it, but I'm not going to let anything kill me. You know.
She ended up letting Candyman kill her anyway. So what's the difference?
He was. That's the other part too, and Chris, Will was talking about a little bit. Freddy tortures you, and that's always been an underrated thing for Freddy for me. He will torture you and just ruin you.
Okay,
until
don't you think that whenever
Right.
you're in a parking garage and all of a sudden you hear somebody in a deep voice say, "Be my victim," and you're like the only one there, you don't think that's going to be scary too?
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm gonna be into it.
Well, not so much that.
That's the thing, though. This idea that Freddy tortures people and Candyman doesn't,
Right.
I don't buy into because he completely tore this woman's life apart.
Thank you.
Completely.
That's what I was going to.
Four.
That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah, but that's 4 teenagers. That's only one adult.
It's easy. That's true. But I was. That's
I could torture my teenager right now by turning off the Wi-Fi. Are you kidding me?
Okay, but if you stop and think about it, he actually only tortured a couple of them. Johnny Depp, he didn't torture. Johnny Depp wasn't all about, oh, my dreams this, my dreams that. He just got slashed up in a waterbed.
Well, it was heavily implied though.
We're going down the kills. If we're going down the kills road,
I'm not going
that
down
it
the
kills in
kills
Nightmare
road.
better than the kills in
But
Candyman.
I'm just saying,
That's fair
he
point.
took a woman that had everything going for her. She was a journalist. She had everything going for her, and he basically just picked apart everything in her life and drove her batshit crazy because it put her in a mental institution.
And that's what I was getting to. That that was a very strong point of Freddy to me, because his kills are always great. Like that. That's what he's a top slasher mostly for that reason. But the underrated aspect was him torturing people, and Candyman has that too. These movies are so well matched. It's crazy that they ended up meeting.
You're not gonna get an argument from me there.
Are you locked into Nightmare, Will?
I mean, I want to reiterate what I was saying before. Like, yes, it's not really shown that Johnny Depp and the Rod dude was like tortured by Freddy, but it was like really, really implied, because like when Nancy or Tina was like suggesting this guy in a hat and is all burnt up, like he's like, what the fuck, y'all too? And, like it's very implied that these girls were tortured. And if you're not Candyman's victim, you don't have to you can just you're guaranteed a fast death. Like you're not going to be tortured. He's going to kill you and be over with it, unless you're what's her name, Helen. Other than that, the concept, both concepts, like they're equally scary, but like I think that Nightmare also has a far better concept than most slashers and even Candyman as well. So I'm going to give the win or my vote to Nightmare.
You motherfuckers are going to make me decide this. I hate all of you, every one of you.
And Will is dropping in those rankings fast. You disagreeable motherfucker.
If I call him a diddler, will I go back up a little bit?
No, it just means you vote for a diddler.
Damn.
Come on.
Damn it.
Fuck. He spun that on his back.
Damn it.
He got you there. Holy shit. All right. Okay. Last chance for any type of mind swaying, because honestly, I'm leaning Candyman and I don't know what to do. Nightmare on Elm Street has, up until the last 3 years, has always been hands down my favorite franchise, but that's franchise. That's me being able to see what Freddy has turned into. And I like different iterations of Freddy throughout this franchise better than this one. But this one's so dark and it's so good. But again, they goes back to the Texas Chainsaw argument. Candyman did more than Texas Chainsaw as far as depth in the characters. And it's less so here, but I think that point might go to Candyman too. It's just isolated to one victim, as to where Freddy, they're showing different shots of different one last chance to sway, but I'm letting you guys know I'm leaning Candyman.
Mikey hates Robert Englund, confirmed.
That's not true. His publicist tells me no very nicely quite often. That's not true.
And the list of people that Cat hates has grown from just John Carpenter now, John Carpenter and Tony Todd.
Anyone can hate Tony Todd.
It's impossible.
Now we know Rob is just being silly.
I hate his basketball choices. The man's a Laker fan, but that's a whole nother issue. Honestly, I feel this is such an even matchup, but I truly feel that Candyman edges it out slightly in so many categories. And the big part of it, Chris, you were talking about a little bit, but honestly, I think Candyman's effects were better. And I say that because they weren't as ambitious with what, as far as effects, with what they were doing in Candyman as they were in Nightmare, obviously. But that leaves the window open for your effects to not really measure up throughout. And there was a handful of spots in Nightmare on Elm Street where we can point out where the effects didn't look great. But there's also a handful of shots where we can say that looked fucking amazing. But Candyman, I don't remember, and it hasn't been too long since I watched this movie, but I don't think there was anything that looked bad. And they had some shit they were doing in there too, man. Dragging people with nothing, and the blood smeared, and oh man, I think Candyman edges it out slightly in just about every category. And I think with that, the winner of Murder Madness for 2024 is Candyman.
Congratulations to Candyman winning this year's Vernal Lord Humphrey Cup.
And where are my balls?
It's not the Lord Humphrey Cup.
Start the fanfare, drop the confetti, sing the song that they sing, whatever that is. I can't remember the name of it. And that is great.
God damn it, man. I'm still not sure.
Well, it's too late.
We have a champion.
How am I putting things ahead of Nightmare on Elm Street? The show is fucked up.
I don't think you like Nightmare on Elm Street anymore.
I love Nightmare on Elm Street.
I don't think you do.
Look, I didn't vote for it either, and I'm the only one of us that has a Freddy tattoo.
You need to stop. Oh man. That was by far the hardest one yet. The whole tournament, that finals was very difficult, so well matched up.
It was very easy for me.
I don't know how.
Looking at the four movies coming into tonight, I was convinced that Nightmare was going to win and that Candyman should win. I'm very happy that we did the right thing tonight. Because when I looked at the 4 movies, I went clearly Candyman is head and shoulders above all these others.
Yeah, I don't feel good about
Rob, I'm gonna have to fight you.
Well, Mikey, if it helps you, you only have 11 months till the next one, where it'll be the horror porn parodies face off.
Paranormal Activity got to win, goddammit.
If Nightmare had a better ending, I think it would have won. But Nightmare's ending is so confusing and so like weird.
Because they left it open and it feels on purpose. That's the thing. Even though Helen gave in, dude, that ending was so deep, and the conflict that she had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a really good moment. And like even at the end, Nightmare really didn't have that. Like they just like set Freddy on fire and so, you know, whatever happened. And it felt, I don't know. I'm not gonna rehash the ending of the movie, but dude, I feel like these movies are neck and neck, and there's just like a couple of percentage in each category that goes to Candyman. And I wasn't gonna feel good about this one either way.
Well, you can also look at it at the perspective of how Helen kind of transformed from a villain in the movie to validation, basically.
But it's in the books. Candyman officially the winner of 2024's Murder Madness tournament.
And the Lord Humphrey Cup.
Okay. Patreon.com/Slasher Radio. Check us out there. Tiers starting as low as $3 a month. There is a 1-week trial. You can check it out. Extra show every week. Easter egg content before, during, and after the show. Shenanigans. And, just all kinds of extra perks that you get over there. YouTube. We are at, we're at Slasher Radio on YouTube. Recently got partnered. So if you want to go over there, drop a sub, like a couple of videos, check out a couple of videos. All the video versions of the Murder Madness tournament, all rounds are up there. It's not the full episodes, it's just the rounds. You know, that's a good place to find like a condensed version of the tournament. And each video is broken up by round. And on Twitter at Slasher Radio, everything we do goes up on there first. We're hoping to have some good news to announce in the coming weeks. So stay tuned and make sure you follow us on everything. I'm at Mikey's Dead on Twitter. If you want to check me out, you can check me out there. You can also listen to prior episodes of the show that I do. Swear to God, I still do.
Prior episode. You're plugging prior episodes now.
I'm telling you, because I'm not going to be here next week. I 100% think you guys should do an episode without me. Allie should fill in. You guys should talk about the ring.
No, you can't steal our thunder.
The Band-Aid off.
No, absolutely not. But I do still do a show, a Little Miss Huge Clown Penis.
Huge Clown Penis.
Allie Surreal, I swear to God, I'm catching up slowly but surely. I'm getting there. It's called Cult FM. It's also horror movies and gaming content. You can check that out wherever you're listening to Slasher Radio. We're going to talk about The Ring. You don't want to miss that. The American Ring. We're going to break down and see if it still holds up. I'm sure everyone's holding their breath.
Which it does. It absolutely does. The thing is, The Ring is a great film.
I already know it doesn't, but Allie doesn't yet. And for some reason, she is very curious. So we're talking about The Ring eventually.
No, well, when you do, you should invite me on so I can defend it, whether you guys like it or not.
You got banned.
I thought you were going to speak to your secret panel cultists.
They haven't gotten back to me yet. I sent an email. I'll follow up. How about that?
I mean, I thought you wanted to have a special like hot takes episode. I'm all for a hot take episode.
Greg, you have no one to blame but you for that. We were out the door, dude. The episode was done, and you did what you did. This out of my hands.
Because I said that I'm not a fan of a specific type of soda. Really?
There's one rule on that show, and you do not defile the name.
Right.
Kat, we were done out the door, finished.
I remembered.
Yeah. And then I don't like orange soda. Of all places to say it.
I mean, it's not nearly as tasty as other sodas. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Root beer's better. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. It doesn't please my taste buds. I can't help that.
I have to inform you, Greg, anything you say here can and will be used against you with the secret panel occultists. I'm just letting you know.
Then if I'm not allowed on Cult FM, fine. I'll remember that when Amber and I start our own podcast. I'll just like automatically just ban you right off the bat. Just like the ban from the Nick fucking Woo Cave cast.
As someone who has done that, I was gonna say that's the best way to go is get that ban in early.
Although if we do, a movie like Moonstruck or something like super Italian American, might have to have you on so you can answer some questions that I don't know about being, even more Italian than I am, but you don't like spaghetti. So that's questionable on your Italian heritage.
Well, speaking of people who have banned me from a show before it even started, Rob, where are they catching you?
You can find me on Twitter. I am at Radio Rob123. You can listen to the other show that I do with Kat, the Nick fucking Woo Cage Cast. That's Nick effing Woo in your podcast players. We were supposed to have released our episode on the movie Sunny. However, I got sick and we lost an entire damn week. So we will be releasing that soon, hopefully. And that's all I have to say, except for this, Mikey. Just real quick.
Quadrant.
Really?
That was for you. Yeah.
Was that nice? Is that what we really had to do today?
I mean, I thought you'd enjoy it.
Get it in now. Quadrants are done. There we go. It's over.
Is quadrant going to become a bleeped word?
Yeah, you know what? Radio? Yes, it is. I can't say quadrant no more. You guys abused it. You have no one to blame but you. And here we are. Now we got to go a while without saying quadrant. And yeah, I feel it should be bleeped after this episode, though.
If it's bleeped, does that mean isn't anymore?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We were almost done. No, is still bleeped. God damn it. It's still bleeped. Opening up the notepad.
That's it.
I hate all of you.
I hope that you bleep those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I will. Yeah.
Melody.
Yeah. Because my OCD will not allow me to do it otherwise, Kat. So, yes, the future me is, as I'm listening to this, furious right now. Chris. Chris, EyeRChris, my friend. Thank you very much for joining. Thank all you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. This is obviously now become an annual thing, and it's dope that you guys are a part of it with us. Chris, where are people finding you, my friend?
You can find me on Twitter as EyeRChris. You can also listen to me on Cult FM under their best episode ever, and I'm still not banned.
Yeah, Chris, not
Wait,
banned.
how Chris not banned yet I'm banned?
He was a gentleman.
I was a gentleman.
You did something. I don't know what to tell you. Chris, not banned.
That was the deal. To be fair, I did end up drinking 3 liters of orange soda and woke up in an alley. So,
see that. But now, really important question, Chris, because Allie defies the validity of this. Did you wake up and your butt hurt?
No, but there was a homeless clown staring at me. So there was that.
Whoa.
Huge clown penis.
All right.
Can he say clown?
Kat?
What if it's 4 clowns in different quadrants?
I don't think that makes much of a difference. So yeah, that's another bleep. Good job, Chris. So you found that's a new one too. That one's undiscovered. Good for you.
I'm a trailblazer.
You sure are. Greg, tell everybody where they can check you out, man.
I am on TikTok at Darth Gregor, where I do my own lives on every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Amber. She joins me. And I just ask a horror question of the day. But I'm running through my 200 favorite horror movies right now just to find out, is it in anybody else's top 200 favorite horror movies? And my question for tomorrow is A Nightmare on Elm Street from 2010, the remake, in your top 200 favorite? Because it is in mine.
Good Lord, man.
It's a really good movie. All the additions that they made to that film, I absolutely love. My only takeaway, my only negative in that film is that the actress who played Nancy was terrible. Other than that, it's a good film.
Agreed.
The actor who played Freddy was terrible too. You all right with that?
What?
Yeah, Greg's lives are a good time. My weekends have been busy, so I have been missing them, which I do. I was even telling Rob I do regret missing them sometimes, but always have a good time in Greg's lives and bring back the food stuff, man.
But also next Saturday, I am doing a special tournament where I'm going to have 4 different quadrants to go through. Because my board only has 32 spots. So
well, Rob, go over there and say quadrant, man. Can't do it here no more. Take that quadrant shit over there.
He can absolutely say quadrant anywhere he wants to. Do not police his speech, Michael.
I don't understand why you don't enjoy what Rob brings to the table. It made it so clear for all of us, and you just got to understand and grasp the guru of happiness that Rob brings.
Namaste, Amber.
Namaste, baby.
Counter argument. The only thing Rob brings to the table.
Let me, you just don't appreciate me, Mikey, and I don't understand why.
I don't either. I don't get it.
I mean, he should appreciate you. You do love the first Terrifier film.
God damn it, Greg.
Kat, tell them where they're checking you out, man.
You can find me on Twitter at cat_velour, VOLEUR. You can check out my website, catvelour.com. This week, you can find me in wherever, Williamsburg, for AuthorCon.
Williamsburg, Virginia, right, Kat?
Williamsburg, Virginia, yeah.
Because it fucks with me personally. Every time you say Williamsburg, I think Brooklyn, and I get happy, and then I'm like, oh, fuck, wait, no.
No, Williamsburg, Virginia. I think one week I said West Virginia when I was really drunk, but it is Virginia. I'm less drunk. I'm giddy champagne and absinthe drunk, which is a new feeling for me. But
now, what days are you there? Because our episodes come out on Thursdays. But so you're going to be there when? What days?
So I'll be like getting into the hotel today as this comes out, and then I will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice. Okay. Nice. So drop by. Rob, you're not going, you said.
No, I'm not going.
I made him too mad, which is okay. He made me too. We're even now. We can have a civil Nick Cage discussion, but
I don't feel even.
Maybe you could go now,
I think
Rob.
we're even.
Yeah. Will you go now that things are even?
No,
I don't know. I might fight him if I saw him.
Yeah, I think it's a little too hostile at the moment.
we're even, but we're not happy.
No, we're just even levels of pissed.
All right. Will. Oh shit. Hold on. Wait.
Thrill me.
Will.
I thought for sure you're going to hit the ass and titties button again.
I really did too. Well, what an introduction that would be for Will.
You know, honestly, hold on. I don't remember where it is when I want it. Wait.
Ass and titties, ass and titties. Ass and titties, ass and titties, titties, ass and titties, ass and titties.
Keep going.
Ass and titties, ass and titties.
Thrill me.
Yeah, I just started doing streaming, so you can find me at twitch.tv/DukeRye. And I also do YouTube. It's youtube.com/@DarthDukeRye. That's a DOOKRAI. Yeah, I had to remember that. But yeah, you can follow me there. Find me there. I won't be that active until Killer Clowns comes out. So
nice. Very much looking forward to that. All right, guys, we will be back next week. We're a little up in the air with, the tournament running all over our schedule. So we will let you guys know on Twitter what is coming up. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.